What's in the streets though that you really got to get out there though?
The bag.
Share some of that philosophy with me. Tell me more. Have you ever abused a man?
I think in different forms.
Tell me
I think
more.
we all have.
Whoa.
Peace to the saints. Oh, we're back at it. Oh, per usual. We're going to do our intros.
Yes, sir.
Oh, man. You know what? People tend to say my life is impossible. And I wonder, how could you doubt me, paisano, when I'm on the Amalfi Coast, Positano?
Damn.
Looking like I won the lotto on my way to Monaco.
Okay.
You know. But I might then go to Cabo just because I have a taste for tacos. But anyways, Marquett, Devon, Burton, the saint and the sinner, giving you lessons from a pimp. Oh, gentlemen, today we have some lovely ladies here.
Yes, sir.
And I like how we have one in each flavor. You know, we got the brunette and then we got the blonde, you know, a little bit of balance here. It's a beautiful thing. So the ladies will introduce themselves, tell us, you know, age. I don't even want to know if you're single because I just want to imagine that you're both single. In my heart, you're single no matter what you say. And so like your age and where you're from, what you do. Anything else we should add?
Nah, that's it.
That's a beautiful thing. Okay, all right.
All right, do you want to start off?
Sure. So my name is Diana Peck. I live here in Vegas now for about 5 years, but I actually grew up in Alaska.
Wow.
So yeah, lots of conversations to go with that. But
Wow.
I just actually graduated from UNLV like 2 weeks ago.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
That's what's up.
I double majored in dance, performance, and choreography, and I also have a degree in business management as well, and a certificate in Pilates to go along with it. So
Okay.
yeah, so being a dancer is my main thing. I've been doing that since I was like 3 years old. I also have a job cocktail serving at the Illuminarium, which is a new place that just opened up right next to Area 15. So if you guys haven't been there, any of you are locals, go check it out. It's pretty sick. The whole thing is like projections everywhere. So yeah, pass it off.
So you are good at twerking.
You could say that.
This is not a game to you.
You
Okay.
could say
dang.
That's what's up. Like I personally, I appreciate that. Carrying on.
I do a lot more than twerking though.
Really?
Oh,
See, that could have a double meaning right there. That's a
Yeah,
double
right.
meaning right there. Okay. Praise the Lord then.
Yes. So my name is Catherine. I was actually born and raised here in Las Vegas.
Wow.
I am 23 years old and a real estate agent here in the city.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm
That's
also
a-
23. I forgot to say that.
Fresh
23,
water.
23. 23 and me.
And we say the best for last.
Oh, man. I'm back on my biz.
Hmm.
My biz been bizarre.
Huh.
God dang, I drive a green and pink car.
True.
Man, I'm not just shooting at them because I'm a shooting star.
Huh.
Look twice, look thrice.
Mm.
Man, you looking small like rice.
Mm.
Man, you know who this is.
Who?
Ask your girlfriend. I'm not your kids.
Ooh. Ooh.
It's daddy.
Oh.
Jabreezy.
You did. Shout out to Sibo. He writes, peace to the saints.
Peace to
Peace to the saints.
Giving some of your recent videos, will you watch Matt Walsh's documentary, What is a Woman, on the Daily Wire? Well, you know what? I actually know what a woman is, and I generally don't watch that kind of thing just for entertainment. So I don't think it's going to be so informative, but I do support his overall message, which is the idea that we got to stop pretending though as though we don't know what a goddamn woman is.
Thanks.
Right?
Yeah, right.
You know, what can you do?
Right.
Oh yeah, by the way, happy Pride Month. Happy Pride Month to everyone. Speaking of such, manandwomanbrand.com. Check it out. Link is in the description. Okay, so today's topic will go a number of places. And by the way, we do have the call-in link if you have something you need to get off your chest or you want to chime in on the conversation. Per usual, send in your thoughts, questions, comments on the topics that we go through via Super Chat, PayPal, or Cash App, and we are happy to address it. So there's a lot going on in the world right now, right? We got Amber Heard and Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
And I almost feel bad because I feel like I look at her in the face and she looks evil to me. And I try not to judge a book by its cover, but she kind of looks like an evil gold digger. I'm wondering how he didn't see that a mile away.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys see it in her too?
Do y'all see it?
Honestly, I was so happy that this like case was up like in the public eye. Like I'm like props to Johnny, honestly, because I think a lot of times, I don't know, we forget that men have feelings and men can be abused as well.
Abuse?
What?
Whoa,
I think
tell me
sometimes
more.
it can happen, and we can like clearly see like through this, trial that
Have you ever abused a man?
I think in different forms.
Tell
I
me
think we
more.
all have.
Whoa.
Tell me more.
What? She said, I think we all have.
She's trying to throw everybody under the bus, huh?
No, I think like to a degree, like I think we've all hurt someone, but not necessarily an abuse, like physical for sure.
Right.
I've never laid my hands on anyone, like man or woman.
You've never been in a fight your whole life?
No,
You don't
I
have any
wanted
siblings?
to though.
Wait, what?
Yeah, no, I would get in a fight with like my brother and like my cousins, like for sure, like we would get down. But I never
get down.
but I never like
great.
physically had the intention and the urge to like just punch someone and like screw you. Like you're gonna get this beating.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. That's what I tell chicks, like that's what I tell Mariah, like, screw you, you're about to get this beating. About to get this beating. About to beat this down. Okay, so our actual topic, right? Our actual topic is, how should a guy react when he's out with you, like your boyfriend, and another guy pulls up with the flirt, right? And some guys are low key with it. Some guys are very blatant with it, right? So say you're my piece, right? Okay. So you're my piece. We're out in the public doing what we do. And me, I'm not a hand holder. I'm not like going to be like all over you. But I feel like people should just be seeing the swag juice dripping and they should be like, that's his piece, right? But every now and then you got somebody who's disrespectful, right?
That's facts.
You know what I'm saying? They just disrespectful. Maybe I
yeah,
went to the bathroom, or maybe they just like feel like they could drop a little game on you. First off, have you ever had a situation like that when you're with your man and a guy tries to holla at you or he tries to slide on the low?
I don't think it's happened to me.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Did
Just
you-
because I personally do some form of PDA. Like I'm not like all over that because I think it's like kind of gross. I don't know. Like I also feel uncomfortable like kissing and like making out in front of people. But like for sure, like we're either holding hands or like showing some form of affection. So I think people kind of stop at that.
She hasn't met Mark. By the way, shout out to the homie Mark. Shout out to the homie Mark Pfeiffer. You remember when we were out, we're doing a day in the life, and you might not remember this particular situation, but Saints, we're walking down the Las Vegas Strip, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this was right after we had met the one dude who had the similar coat to me. He had the fur joint. And it was like a whole group of people.
Yeah.
And this girl is walking down the strip holding her man's hand, and Mark is flirting with her while she's holding her man's hand.
I was there, but I don't remember seeing. I was not paying attention. I was so on his own what I was doing.
Right. And then you started talking to this other chick who was actually the girlfriend of the guy I took a picture with 5 minutes earlier. And that's why I was tripping. I was tripping like, God damn, you ruthless. So he's talking to the chick who obviously has a boyfriend, but I guess you had forgotten at that point.
I didn't even notice.
Yeah.
I didn't even notice.
And that is a factor because I feel like some guys, like you look at them and you're like, all right, this girl's attractive. This guy's like, super average. Like maybe that's her little brother, or like maybe that's her Uber Eats driver. Like, like I don't know who the fuck this guy is, but he's not a factor. So I'm about to spit this game. I feel like it gets like that. Have you ever been in a situation where you were clearly with a guy and then the guy still tried to slide anyways?
I definitely have. Yeah. I feel like there's something to be said for like the location. Yeah. Adjust that. There's something to be said for like the location, like you guys were talking about, like maybe people don't notice, or like the more people that are there, like if you're at like a party kind of situation, or even like any kind of social event, you know, like, and there's multiple people there, and maybe you're with your boyfriend and then you're not for some time, like, because like the way I am, I'm a social butterfly. Like I'm the kind of person, like trust is a big thing to me, because like I don't want to be holding your hand the whole time, and like, you know, I want to be like talking to everybody. I'm big in like networking and talking to people. I'm a social butterfly. I'm like all around everywhere, you know? So like I need to have somebody that can trust me enough to know that like I can talk to people. And that's the other thing too, is that there's times when there's a guy that's obviously flirting with you, and at that point, I think your boyfriend should step in, you know? I don't think that.
Wait, the boyfriend should step in? Like, why he got to step in
Oh,
if you're
damn.
the one that went out network? You're networking. Why he got to step in all of a sudden?
Okay. Good point.
Mm-hmm.
I think, yes, it is also my responsibility to, if they are obviously coming on to me, I need to be like, yo, I have a boyfriend, right?
But do you really have the balls to do that all the time?
It also is hard when you're like in those kind of situations and you're like, you know, there for networking purposes and you
Wait, you went to the
don't wanna,
party to
like,
network? I went to the party to turn up. Well, what you in there
I
networking?
go
Like you
for
got
both, for sure.
You
Yeah.
be in there handing
I
out
think
business cards.
every
and-
situation is a
Maybe people
networking
like
opportunity,
looking like
you know?
this. Here's my business card. Like, it's like, I don't think he can understand what you're saying. He reading it like this. Put it away. Yeah, that's a
I
tough
think
one.
also too, what like kind of goes
What?
in play. It's like as a woman, like if we are like mean to a guy, you're like, oh, she's the B word, right? Like
Yeah.
right
Yeah.
away. So it's like we want to be like kind and cordial and like kind of let you down, like little like
Softly.
yeah.
But
because
sometimes guys don't get that.
yeah.
No,
and then
that's
the
true.
moment
They don't
we
get the
like tell
cues,
you
you know?
no, you're like, oh my god, like I was just trying to be nice. I was just trying to compliment you.
I
I'm
was
like,
for sure
wait
was
a
not trying to
minute.
be nice. I was trying to slide. You heard me?
But they always play it off like that, though. They-
But
Yeah.
here's the thing though that I think is a little bit sus about women, right?
Okay.
Now, I don't think this really happens to me much, but I think this happens to a lot of guys, right? So say you're out in the venue, you
Mhm.
guys are out in the party or the runway show, wherever you're at, right? And then you just happen to sit down next to a super player. Dun, 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 dun. And so like say you sit down, like I'm already sitting and then you guys come get in your seats. It's you right here and then your boyfriend's right there, right? So then you just like cordially turn, like introduce yourself just because I'm sitting next to you.
Yeah.
And you get a whiff of this pimping. And so essentially say he gets up and goes to the bathroom and then we're just chopping it up, just having casual conversation. And then at some point, like I might show you something on Instagram, like, oh yeah, like what's your IG? And then just like, tap it in. And then I like might shoot you a message like, oh yeah, hey, just like nice to meet you. So then we've created a bond, right? Like, or like a communication channel.
Mhm.
And for a guy like me, I'm just looking at it like, all right, she got this boyfriend. Like, how long is she going to have this problem? She might have this problem for another 3 months, another 4 months, but at some point she going to get rid of that problem.
Facts.
And I've already established the communication line. So what's going to happen is like, while you have this boyfriend, you and I were like acquaintances.
Mhm.
You still watching my stories though.
Okay.
You watching Marquett TV. And then once this boyfriend gets out of the mix, then that's when I just like turn it up. And then next thing you know, your boyfriend's like, hey, that's the guy from like you were sitting next to him at the movie theater. Like, how? And that's kind of how it goes. Like, and it's like from you networking. That was the seed
Is there
of
anything
it.
wrong with that?
Is there anything right with it?
What?
She started laughing too.
Like,
He said, is there anything wrong with that?
She
I
started
don't think
laughing.
there's anything wrong with that.
All right,
You know,
let me-
if you're just being acquaintances, you're watching each other's stories. If you're replying to their flirty texts and stuff like that, that's a different
Oh,
story.
you're gonna be watching
Yeah.
my stories?
If you like, where I draw the line is phone numbers. Like Instagram's cool, anybody can follow me on Instagram. But if a guy's obviously flirting with me and he asks for my phone number, I'll be like, I'm good, thank you.
So what if I DM you on IG? Are you gonna reply?
It depends like what the DM is. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? If it's something that's like obviously flirty, then I'm gonna be like,
See
I
that?
probably just won't reply.
But that's the thing, though. That's the whole point. Is like if they're really clever
If they're
about
cool
it,
about it,
they're not
it
going
could
to
work.
be flirty because you already told me you have a boyfriend named Simon, so or Carl or
So
Bobby.
to me, that's respectful. If they're going to like not be super flirty, they're gonna play it cool and whatever, and
Right.
like wait it out. And if something happens in your relationship, and then I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
I, for
you
one,
know?
think it's even worse for a girl to give you her Instagram. And this, no,
It's worse than the number.
it's worse. Actually, let me say this because when we exchange numbers, there's no way that you can keep up with my life.
Right.
True.
So really, all you
Right.
got was the
Preach.
experience right then and there.
Right.
And I think women think they're slick, but realistically, you're spying on people.
Women named Diana.
Diana.
Go ahead.
Women,
Yeah.
Diana.
Yeah.
You're spying on people, keeping up to date, and you're almost living vicariously through them as if you were in some type of simulation of relationship, but you're really not. And I think it's worse because at least with a phone number, we don't know until we text each other. Actually, everything's a mystery. but nothing's a mystery anymore. So now you have this idea of option, and you start to exercise it in your head, and you start to see it, vision it, and it cements itself in your brain, and then things become a little more, how can I say, you can fine tune them to the way that you want them to be, whatever fantasy you're playing.
Yeah, I agree with you, Jabrizi, because, and I don't know if you two realize it, but there's no way you're about to watch his Instagram or my Instagram stories and eventually not be mesmerized and think like, damn, like, not even necessarily mesmerized by me or him, but just by what we're doing, right? Like, there's some things you watch, you're like, damn, that looks really fun and interesting, right? And you're just kind of starting to imagine yourself like, so say you see him, out in Monaco, and then he's in a helicopter going across the ocean, like looking at this seaside view, and then hops out of the helicopter and then goes to this place and that place. At some point, you're imagining being there. Yeah. But subconsciously, you're imagining being there with him because it's his story.
I mean, I can see that. I think a lot of it also is determined by the actual relationship. If you're in a stable relationship, I don't think all that like luxury things is gonna matter if you're happy with your partner. But if you're having like serious problems, doubts, you see red flags, then of course you're gonna be more inclined to like actually envision yourself with that other person, because you're like, well, I'm already doubting this relationship, and this one looks like it could be way better.
See, but that's all we praying for, though.
But you're talking about if there's problems in the relationship. You ever been in a situation like, check this out. All right. Okay. What kind of car you drive? If you feel comfortable, what kind of car are you driving?
Yeah,
right now?
a Honda Civic.
Cool. So and there's no problems with it, right? There's no mechanical issues, right?
Brand new off the lot.
So if you want to drive to CVS right now, you could get to CVS and get back, right?
Yes.
If you want to drive to LA, you can go to LA, turn up, come right back.
Absolutely.
You want to drive down the Las Vegas Boulevard, you can go down there, come back.
Yes.
No problems. Right. Now, if you're in the Honda Civic and then you have an opportunity to get into a Ferrari, there's nothing wrong with your Honda Civic.
No.
But there's a lot that's right with a Ferrari. And so it might not necessarily be like there's something wrong with what you got going on right now. You just might be peeping this, watching Marquett TV like, damn, oh shit, like they in Gucci in Italy. That's one of like the original stores. Like, damn. Okay. Oh, wow. Damn, the yacht? What? Like, it's not that your life sucks or he sucks. It's just like there's upgrades in life.
Yeah.
Like, don't you want the new iPhone when it come out?
Yes.
Right. So you don't think over time you keep watching these things like in this guy, like the way he's living? Because the thing is, like, the way you live, it's not that it's a material thing. It's also an expression of who you are, right?
Yeah. So, I mean, same question for you. Do you also, like, once you see a girl, do you want to, like, level up once you see another one?
You're talking about visually?
Visually, yeah.
Well, I think that male and female are different on a visual level, because when I woke up this morning, as ugly as I am or as good looking as I am, I was like, I'm gonna roll with it. You feel me? Like, I was like, if I'm ugly, I'm rolling with it. If I'm good looking, I'm rolling with it. I'm not about to put on makeup. I'm not about to put on a wig, no hair extensions. You know, I'm not doing any of that. And men are comfortable being fat, stupid, and ugly. We're not like vain in that way, right?
Yeah.
So women like shiny things.
Yeah.
So if you're watching a lot of shiny things, I think it's going to have an impact. So you're talking about me. Like, to me, a level up is a woman who's going to make me more money. And I can't look at you and tell that.
No.
Right? Like, I have to actually see you put some work in for daddy. So I could, you know, you got to do all that for me to really know what's up. So like, as far as I'm sitting right now, like 1, 2, 3, I can't tell the three of you apart. Like the three of you are the same to me. Like, you being attractive doesn't mean anything, because I've seen the most beautiful women in the world, right? Like, what?
Yeah. Sometimes they have peanut brains.
Oh, they just say penis.
Not sometimes. I know, right?
Yeah, that too.
I was like,
scary.
all right, man, really scary.
She just got back
Today's
from
climate,
Thailand.
you never know.
Yeah.
2022. Sometimes they have that too.
But I feel like most of them have peanut brains, and the funny thing is that I rarely meet a stupid person who thinks they're stupid. That's a part of being stupid, is you don't even know. You feel me? Like,
Yeah,
that's a
that's
factor.
so true.
Yeah, you don't even know. So nobody really thinks that they are stupid, right?
That would take some level of intelligence, right?
Precisely.
To realize that-
Precisely. Therein lies the catch-22. So that's the trippy thing. So that being said, and I know you might have a boyfriend watching this, so like you could just give me the wink. But you don't think that over time, like watching someone's lifestyle, and then you respect what they're doing, right?
Yeah.
You don't think that's gonna have an effect on you?
I think also too, it's kind of like you're hoping
Mhm.
that they also level up, you know?
Oh, the guy that you're currently with.
Yeah. And that, you know, because not everyone starts at the top, right? And
Right.
I think there's a lot of trust and loyalty that goes if you're with someone and you go through the rough shit
Yeah.
and then you like go up
You level up
together. Because then that's something like experience, like bonded experience where you're like, damn, like we were literally like, you know, like in the shittiest positions and we came here and we're on top now. And there's nothing or anyone
Ooh.
that can really break that bond, I think.
You didn't see
That's
Wolf of Wall
beautiful.
Street, huh?
I did.
You did?
I did. But I mean, of course, like everything can happen, you know?
So your man, is he a super player?
He's getting there.
Oh, shit.
I think we're all getting there. We're all getting there.
Oh, God. Okay.
We don't know what was said.
That I appreciate the honesty.
Yeah. I mean, I'm
I
not
do
going to come here and
appreciate it.
lie.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
He's not a super player. That's a good thing. For me. So
For me.
nah, so this is what I mean. Like, say you get a guy who's been a super player his whole life, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, I appreciate you for you, and it's valuable that I have you because we know right now I could go out and get whatever I want, like right now.
Yeah.
So there's a value there, right?
No, I don't trust those men.
Tell me more.
Wait.
Now we've gotten
do
somewhere
not trust-
fascinating.
I've had this thought.
Yes.
I've had this thought for like the longest, like in the last 2 weeks. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Explain yourself.
I'm sorry, but I really don't trust like really attractive men that know they can get anyone because they can literally replace me whenever, you know, because they literally can. So I don't.
We can.
I appreciate
I'm being honest.
No, I really appreciate this because, and this is so important because a lot of guys who watch, they'll always say things like, I can't take dating advice from you because you're tall or you're an athlete or you're well off, or they have
Mhm.
all these explanations to basically say like things are too easy for you. I can't take your advice. And one thing I always say is like everyone has challenges.
Yeah.
Like you could be
Mhm.
good looking, someone doesn't like you because you're too good looking.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or you could be wealthy, someone doesn't like you because you got a bunch of bimbos chasing you. So it's not easy for anyone. Everyone has to work, right?
That's
Mhm.
facts.
But you are tripping. Like,
Hey.
yo, you are
I
tripping.
think
Yo,
I
Quet.
go against the sea.
You know
with
it's
the current.
so crazy.
What's that?
What she just said, tell me I'm spitting game, right?
Right?
And I'm sitting here
Flowing.
like, bro, and I'm like, it's hey, to the Saints, real quick. I just tell you what's happening. Like, I'm like, yo, I'm like, this is crazy. Everything goes really well and everything. And I'm like, damn, I'm like, I know I'm attractive. You know, I got things going on. I'm smart. I'm like, damn, everything in the package.
This man had no doubt.
I had no doubt. No doubt.
This man had no doubts. Go
Then
ahead.
I was like, then it hit me, it dawned upon me. And I was like, women can't control me. They know they can't control me.
Mm.
And realistically, at that point, since they can't control me, they don't want to even deal with me.
Mm.
Realistically, they're used to dealing with guys they can control,
Beta male.
beta males.
Mm.
So when they actually reach an alpha or
Uh-oh.
anything in the realms of which would technically be out of their league, they don't even want to deal with it.
Oh, yikes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hit me. It's hit me. It's
So-
and y'all and quit. Look, y'all think it's easy. It's actually
it's not
harder. Y'all might be able to body the things we can't body.
I swear. I swear.
Bro.
And the thing is, though, like, I really want you to. Is this yours? What is
No, I don't know.
Oh, that's
who was
mine.
there.
Oh, that's mine.
I was like, she's trying to slide me her contact info on the low.
Hey, shout out to y'all seeing you put me onto this right here.
Not so. The thing that hurts my heart is that
Mhm.
you know there's a different level of appreciation that we can have between each other when you know, like, he can go get anything he wants,
Mhm.
but with all of that power, he chooses not to exercise it, and he wants to stick with me because I'm special. Like there's
Yeah.
something special about me that he finds irreplaceable, which is why he hasn't replaced me.
Yeah.
But then you got Slacker Bob, who, you know, as you said, he still needs to make his come up. And I see you out in the public, right? I'll be like moving through the city, you hear me? And I see Shorty. I'm like, man, Shorty is nice. Like, she is bad, but who in the,
what is that thing?
Why is that guy walking so close to her like he knows her? And I'm just like, I'm looking like, is this the fucking pizza delivery guy? Like, who is this guy? And then I find out that's your man, and I'll be looking like, damn, Shorty, like, step your game up. Like, why are you living like that? Like, do you ever feel like, you know, maybe, I'm not talking about your current man, like,
no.
Johnny, we're not talking about you. I'm just saying, do you ever look and just be like, you know what? There are greater things for me, and I feel like I'm held down with this guy. Like, he's not.
Oh, absolutely. I think like in my past relationships, like I was with, you know, kind of like what you guys are describing, right? He was like a CrossFit, like freaking huge guy. Like, you know, he could deadlift like 500 pounds, like all this crazy shit, right?
Yeah.
But whenever I would have a conversation with him, I was like, what am I doing? I'm like, I deserve someone who will have like an intellectual conversation with me.
What were the conversations?
It was just like, he would literally, he's like, he's like, bruh. And I was like, I'm like, why are you calling me bruh?
Wait, yeah, no, why are you calling her bruh? Like, I'm concerned. I hope he's
like,
watching
what?
right now.
And so like, for me, that was like really challenging. It was more of like how he thought and what he wanted to, like, he just wanted to focus on CrossFit, like nothing else. Like he didn't have any ambition but to be the best, like number one. Like,
is that a sport?
And
I don't know what the hell CrossFit is, bro.
That's what's up.
I don't know.
I don't know what
they exercise hard as hell.
That's it.
And like literally, he was like, "I don't want you to distract me when I'm at the gym." And I'm like,
okay.
"I'm not going to. I have my own stuff to
Did
take
you guys?
care
Oh,
of."
you guys used to go to the gym together?
We did for
That's
a little
cute.
bit, but
That's
then
so cute. Well, you were exercising also.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
I ain't gonna lie. Wait.
can't do
Was he
it.
just in the gym? That's it. That's all he ever did was just stay
That's
in the gym.
mainly what he did. He like, I mean, his job was being a CrossFit like instructor.
Oh, like he was like a
that's
personal
what-
trainer.
Okay.
Yeah, in
Okay.
a sense, yeah.
Oh.
Like he just like taught classes, but at the end of the day, like it didn't matter. Like, yes, he was very attractive. Yes, he was like very, you know, like physically like built.
Yeah.
But it didn't matter at the end of the
Was
day.
he player though?
Not really, because I think he was just so focused on CrossFit.
Yeah, no, I feel you.
That he, you know, that like
This sounds like you encountered like a beautiful dumb girl.
Yeah, that's what I was
The
kinda
equivalent of
thinking,
a
as this
beautiful
happens.
dumb girl.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
kinda
how
what we
it
were talking about
felt.
And you
earlier.
know, it's so crazy. I feel like I encountered the same thing like on a day-by-day basis.
and
How'd you actually meet that guy? Uh-oh.
I was CrossFit.
I swiped left. Go ahead,
Oh,
tell
yes.
us. I swiped
on
left.
Instagram.
Wait, oh, did he slide your DMs or you slid his?
No, I think he slid on mine.
That's what's
Yeah.
up. I always tell guys not to slide DMs, but I'm guessing when he slid the DMs, like you were looking at his photos, like, okay, like good looking. He got his abs out.
Yeah, I initially like followed him first, and then
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm not like my current boyfriend. Like I pretty much told him I liked him. Like I'm not afraid to make the first move. Like
Damn,
I
go
like
ahead, girl.
what I like. I'm gonna get what I want essentially.
But only if he's like not like the most attractive.
No, I mean I
appealing
think
guy.
all my.
She said that.
Well, I think
Mariah, did she say that earlier?
I really don't trust like really attractive men that know they can get anyone because they can literally replace me whenever, you know, because they literally can. So I don't.
Oh, yes, we can.
No, you said that.
No, I did, but I mean, they're not like ugly guys.
No, it's just like
but
you-
they're not like
They're not winners, yeah.
not winners yet.
No, I just mean like if you look, if I was to look at him, I'm not even like, oh, like that guy's a boss. Like I would look at him like he's gonna get coffee for a boss.
I don't know.
I'm messing. I'm teasing you.
No, I know. I'm
She's
just like
saying
thinking.
true.
I mean, like my
Yeah,
exes,
yeah.
like I could care less. Yes, 100%. Like they're bums. Like,
Mhm.
but
Damn,
like you
God
know.
damn.
But my current one, I feel like I see like the long
Mhm.
run.
Okay.
Just because at the end of the day, we were friends for a long time before.
You were
we
denying him the draws for
I
a long
was.
time.
Isn't this like a
Wow.
great point in which you've already brought up before in the beginning of the podcast?
Hmm.
We're acquaintances.
Let me hit this super chat real quick. Sibo writes, gotta take some accountability, young lady. You picked the CrossFit dude that couldn't talk. Uh-oh. I'd be interested to know how long you stayed with him. I feel like I said that exactly the way he was thinking it. How long did you stay with that CrossFit man, young lady?
Only 4 months.
Oh, that was a quickie.
Yeah, because I was like, this is not it.
Damn, that was a super quick one.
Damn.
So you be picking them like you have a mold of guys that you like, and then you like put yourself in position, and then you let them go ahead and like you take 2 steps and you let them take the final step.
Yeah, like definitely if you do me dirty or if I see something that I don't like, those are your mannerisms. Those are like
being
your
player.
characters. Yeah. You can't change your character. You know, if you're rude to people.
Wait, you said you can't change your character, but you said you're a boy right now. You're waiting for him to come up.
Well, that's different. It's not. His
Tell me
character is
more.
good.
Okay.
His character is
Like
good, but his morals are good. But it's a matter of like occupation. Like that's all we're talking about. You know, I know.
How old is he?
We're the same age.
Okay, that's what's
Yeah.
up. Now, do you? Interesting. I mean, he's 23. I feel like he has some time.
Yeah,
he has
that's
some
why I'm
time.
like, there's no pressure. I'm
No,
like,
oh no,
once
there's
I-
pressure. There's some pressure. Like, believe that. There's
There's
definitely
always pressure with women.
Oh, for
There's
sure.
always pressure.
Because you know what? Like, there's just certain things don't feel right. Like,
Mhm.
like I'm just trying to think of an example that doesn't sound terrible.
Like what?
You can just say it.
I'm just trying to think of like something people can relate to. Like, so for example, we're in Monaco, right?
Yeah.
We're in Monaco in like this casino, and I'm there, and this woman walks up with her husband, right? And so she's like staring at my rack, like, and she like talks, like elbows her husband. She's like, "How much are the yellow chips?" And then he like tells her, and then she's like, and then her like eyes go big, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then so I can tell that like there's like a level of like being turned on, like, whoa, like I'm looking at that guy now differently than I did before because that says something about him. Now that's fine. Like I would expect a person, male or female, to react that way if you just haven't seen certain things, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then I try to imagine like how would I feel like if I was her husband and here she is like, I'm her husband, there's her, and then like there's Jabrizi, this young black dude, and she's like, hey, how much are those chips? And he's like, oh, those are thousands. And then she's like, damn, that's like 80,000. And she's looking like, okay, he's this age, you're this age,
Yeah.
you know, like, and she's looking at him like kind of like, oh, and you're just here like Joe Schmo. You know, like you got to kind of feel like, damn, like that sucks.
Yeah.
And especially in a place like Vegas,
Right.
the pressure is always on in a place like Vegas.
People pull up in them cars and you're in your Miata or your Toyota.
Mm-hmm.
Like as a guy, because as a girl, it doesn't matter. Because girls get to like ride for the free anyways, right?
Mm-hmm.
But as a guy, I feel like there's always that little feeling of, damn, he got me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
For most guys, like me personally, I don't care because I've been an asshole my whole life. You know, like, I just truly don't care. I'm the kind of guy like, nigga, that car is fire, bro. Like that shit is clean. Like I like to see player shit. So like I'm gonna congratulate him, but I feel like that's not most guys' nature.
Nah.
Do you ever think like not necessarily your boyfriend now, because I don't want to talk about your current relationship, but like a guy you're dealing with is like kind of feeling inferior in the presence of other guys?
Yeah, I think that's common and normal. And I mean, I would if I was a guy. You know, I mean, sometimes like even as a girl, you know, I have my own set of insecurities. I'm like, damn, like I don't look like that, you know, but I think that it's normal and it can definitely happen to a guy for sure.
Yeah, I couldn't do it. It feels terrible. No, for real though. I have to be winning at something. You feel me?
Exactly.
At something. Like I need to win at something. Ken writes, peace to the saints.
Peace to the
Peace
saints.
and saints.
When does a woman's interaction with another man become unsaintly? Are business / cordial / familial interactions with another man appropriate? Oh, that's a good question. I want to go to
Loose
Diana because I know Diana like to do some mingling. Diana, you gonna get this D. I swear you
Are
are.
business / cordial / familiar interactions with another man appropriate? I'm kind of shocked that this is even a question. Like, yes, that is appropriate, especially in a business context. You know, like it's not just the men who are making money here. Like when I talk about networking, you know what I mean? Like that's what it's for, you know? And
Networking
like
at
you
the
guys,
club,
I'm sure you would argue the same thing. You know, you would get pissed if your girl was like, you're you're out networking and you're like doing stuff for your business and whatever, and your girl's trying to be like, why are you talking to all these other people?
That's crazy because my girl is my business, if that be the case. So realistically, if you're not doing what I asked you to do, you're not really being a business to me.
So I feel like that's different. You tried to make it sound like it's the same, but that's different though, Diana.
The same.
Nah, because here's why though. Like, I don't think guys, like, it's great if you have money, but I don't think guys ever like expect you to have money. Like, that's not an expectation. Like, so say we went out to dinner, right?
Why does it matter what you expect though? It's what I want for myself.
Right. But the thing is though, like, if you're with a guy and he's like, all right, look, you could be there talking to that dude, like setting up a deal, or you could be getting finessed like a motherfucker. I think a guy who's well off and is planning on staying with you is like, okay, there's a chance you can make a buck, and there's also a chance you could be getting finessed. And he's like really trying to spit game. I think the guy's like, all right, I already have the bag secured. Like, the money's like super solid. So like, why don't you like get out of the streets and like stop doing all that? Because that's not necessary.
I have a problem with that.
Share some of that philosophy with me. Tell me more. Tell me more.
Because like, yeah, I get that philosophy from a man's standpoint, but from a woman's standpoint, it's like, if you're like, okay, babe, you're right. Like, let me be with you and you can take care of me. Then all my eggs are in your basket. You know what I mean? And like,
which they should be.
That's where I want your eggs to be, my love. I need your eggs.
You trying to get that man your eggs too?
She's spreading her eggs around.
I still want some of my own eggs in my own basket.
It's an Easter egg hunt.
Like,
Everybody
I still
can find
have
one.
something for myself to where like, if
But
you
here's the metaphor.
for any reason decide to break up with me or whatever, we're done, then I have nothing.
So you're planning
you know what
around
I mean? And I chose
failure?
to be with you instead of making connections and making a life for myself.
Ooh.
And now I have nothing.
So let me ask you this: Do you think a
Diana.
guy approaches you, as Quet says, with this idea that the relationship's gonna fail off the bat when he's dealing with you? Like, do you think that he like comes in and says like, "Oh my God, like, you know, like I got to keep my options open. I got to make sure I take care of myself and do this and that." Like, honestly, I think most men walk into the relationship saying they're gonna take care of you, they're gonna look after you, and you and I are gonna make this thing work. Excuse me. It doesn't sound like you have that idea in them streets, girl. You need to get out them streets.
And you know, it's honestly,
You always gotta look out for number one, you know?
Yeah.
Are you trying-
And it sometimes it doesn't even have to be like crazy. Like, you know, you don't have to be your own like freaking entrepreneur. But like, if you want to have your own little job,
But what's in the streets though that you really got to get out there though?
the bag, like you want to go make your own.
But is all
income.
money good money?
No, not all money.
So is
Good
street money good money?
Yeah. Define street money,
Yeah.
and then that way I can tell you.
It's the money that's fucking up your relationship anyway.
Then no, at that point, it's not worth it.
And shout out to Ken P. That was the first time he ever sent in tuition, so that's a beautiful thing. We appreciate those who show love, and thanks for our work and for these lovely ladies and their intelligence. So do send in your questions. These are some fascinating answers. Shout out to Joe Licudo, who sends in tuition. And Ray comes in, he writes, keeping that neck working. Oh yeah, no, I truly believe there's some good brain on this panel, indeed. Ray writes, peace to the saints. Ladies on the panel, what's your type of man you prefer regarding looks, social status, and financial status? I like how he breaks those up. That's fascinating.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, let's hear this.
I am very
All right.
fascinated to hear
We're gonna
this.
do it on a scale of 1 through 10 on each. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna round out the guy. We're gonna start with Diana and work our way. Kathy.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. Oh, is it
Well,
Kathy?
No, it's Catherine, but everyone calls
She's like,
me
you
Kathy.
can call me
Okay.
Kathy.
All right, so here we go. All right, on a scale of 1 through 10 on looks, what do you prefer the guy to be? On a scale of 1 through 10, what can you control?
This is like hard for me to answer because of what she was saying earlier
Mhm.
about like, you know, the guy who's like the most attractive is typically also like the biggest asshole, you know? So then it's like obviously everybody's going to want to say, I want 10, 10, 10, you know?
Yeah.
Like, why wouldn't you say that?
But
the
Catherine
reason-
just said she didn't. So come on, y'all, give me an answer.
I don't know.
y'all see when you ask
Okay,
them
how-
a question, they just start talking like,
Let me
this
Can I-
has
break it.
nothing to do with anything.
This conversation is reminding me of a quote.
Oh, she about to get scholarly. She done cleared her throat. Go ahead.
Mhm.
Okay. every man wants a good girl to be bad just for him, and every girl wants a bad guy to be good just for her.
Okay, now,
Guys
and
heard of that
here's
quote?
my quote.
Yeah.
That's what you're talking about.
Give
right?
me a number 1 through 10. That is my quote. We're playing games.
All right.
Come on.
I'm
What
gonna
you
go
looking
with
at?
For
Come on,
looks,
baby.
What
Give
you
me
looking
some.
looks,
at?
I'm gonna go with a 9.
You want a 9?
That's high.
You want a 9?
That's high.
Okay, come on. What's up?
I was gonna say a 9 too.
You want
Girl, what
you
is
lying?
going
And
on
you know
here?
how I know you lying though?
Because she already told the truth.
Exactly.
She already told the truth. Let me go into these other pieces too, and I like these questions. So, what is the actual profile of this guy? If we're like from a looks perspective, like what ethnicity is he most likely to be? What does he look like? How's he dressed? Give me a little taste of that.
The biggest thing for me out of what you said is how he dresses. That's a
Okay.
big thing for me. If you
All
like
right.
dress nice and you care about yourself, like hygiene, like all of that kind of thing, like how great Breezy's haircut is right now.
Uh-huh.
Fresh.
You know what I
I-
mean? That's something that women notice about men.
Yeah.
Like it's like if you take care of yourself, it's not just how you dress, but like
What's
like
a
that
no
kind of
go
thing,
on the
your
look
hygiene.
side? What's a no go? What's something that make you say I'm out on the
Messed
look
up
side?
teeth.
Messed up
Crocs.
teeth.
Dang.
I feel you on that one.
Dang,
Okay.
messed up teeth.
That was fucked.
Mess up teeth.
Damn,
That's a big
okay.
If
one.
you can't like, you gotta smile in
Yeah.
pictures. If you got a messed up
Ooh.
smile and teeth.
Okay.
I think I didn't like smashed a couple of chicks that was real cute in the face, but them teeth was not right though.
Yeah,
For
no, that's a
sure.
big turn off.
Like, cause
for
it'd be the
sure.
cutest girls that be having sometimes jacked up smiles. Like back in high school, I know that was like a big thing.
Ooh.
The cutest girl in the whole school had teeth that was crazy.
And I hate to say this, but when a chick has jacked up teeth in America, it's like, shorty, you grew up poor. Because your parents 9 out of 9 would have got that taken care of if they could have, right? Especially if you're a girl, right?
Obamacare.
Yeah, they'd have got that taken care of. So yo ass grew up poor. That hurts my heart. Okay, for sure. So you said jacked up teeth. You said Crocs. Does that include a man bun? Can you get by with a man bun or no?
Yeah, I think a man bun
Yeah.
can be done good.
I'm done with
but
you.
it has to
I'm
be
done with
right.
you.
You know what I mean? It has to be right.
I can't even smash you now. Like, I can't do. No, seriously, because guys, I want you guys to know how I look at things. I like to look at who used to be in there and ask myself, does he measure up to me? Because if I feel like a weirdo was in there before me, I'm like, this might not be a place for me to be.
Oh my
You know what I'm saying? Like if the dude with the man bun was in there, I'm like, if she letting guys like this in, I don't know who been in here. I can't be walking up in
Are
this
you
house
kidding
like
me?
that.
Jason
Yeah,
Momoa?
I don't even know who that
Hey,
is. Do
you know
who
how
that is?
accurate
You don't
that
know who
is?
that is? Aquaman?
I remember
I
it
I
was
watch
this,
cartoons.
it was this one
No.
chick back in LA I was trying to
Uh-huh.
smash, bro.
Yeah.
Never got to doing it. Nonetheless, it was this one dude she did smash.
Uh-huh.
And then I sit back and I'm like, I couldn't even mess with her after that. My brain just started to just wombo jumbo. Long story short, I had heard she started being like an advocate for herpes.
Wait, what?
She called herpes.
What?
Messing with weird niggas.
What?
Yes, sir.
Lord.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Damn. Okay. Yeah. For me, it just turns me off. Like
For
if-
me, it gets me scared.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
I get scared.
like if I see the your
Weirdos in
ex,
there.
if your ex is like if he ain't right, like it turns me off and it feel like you've been dealing with like some like rascals. But if your ex was like a fly cat, like I like that. Just like, you know, as a player, I like, oh yeah, like that was a cool cat. Like, yeah, like, that's what's up. Like we're maintaining a level here.
I
Things are
definitely feel
beautiful.
the same way.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's like not really a womanly thing, but I feel the same way. Like if I know that like you used to hook up with this girl that I don't think is like on the same level that I am, I'm gonna be like, all right, I can do better.
But
know
you
what I
be
mean?
sleeping with guys with man buns though.
Not necessarily.
what are we
I
doing
I
here?
said that there's some of them who can.
That's
who can
not
do it
cool.
right.
That's
That is not
Not
cool
all.
at
Not
all.
all.
Like that's,
Again, it's if you can tell that you're.
I'm
taking care of
turned off
yourself.
right now.
Man, bun be this
Alright.
big, huh?
Okay, cool. On the look side, like what about your wait, you've been with a black guy before. Damn. Wow,
You
just
think
started
so?
laughing. I know so. I can feel it. Yes or
I
no?
have, yeah.
Of course. And she managed to do that while growing up in Alaska. So that's a beautiful thing. Are we talking about Anchorage or Ketchikan? Where we at with it?
Anchorage.
Okay, that's what's up.
Area,
Yeah. Now, if you grew up in Alaska and you managed to have been with a black guy, like you're with the shits because we don't like cold. You have not been with a black guy, and I think that's a part of your challenge in life.
Oh my
I really
gosh.
think that we need to figure this out
Mm.
so you can make progress in life. You feel me?
Yeah.
Yeah. She's like, yeah, I'm not sold. Fuck you. She's like, I'm out. I tried it. I grew up in Vegas. You went to private school in Vegas?
No, I didn't.
Okay. Damn, you went to public school in Vegas?
Mhm. I mean, I
Damn.
did. It was semi-public,
Look,
like magnet schools.
Okay, the nerd school. That's what's
Yeah.
up.
I felt like finished college at 20.
Okay, that's
So,
what's up.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Cool.
Wow. I just
Um,
finished college at 23. Way to make me feel bad.
yeah, you're a little bit late. It's okay though.
But I got 3 things. So.
Yes.
Right here it says financial status. Would you feel fine if your boyfriend just stayed at the same financial status?
No,
Oh, why?
because I think we both
Uh-huh.
right now deserve more
Okay.
because we just got out. He just got out of college. He literally also just graduated like 2 weeks ago.
Okay. Well,
Mhm.
are you
Um,
smarter than him?
You know, no, it's so funny.
Damn.
No,
Just give me a yes.
No, because it's so funny. We literally had this conversation in the sense that I think he's so much more smarter than me. Like he is well, like spoken, like he can write an essay like freaking in an hour, like
Right.
literally 10 pages. Like I'm not even joking. He
Mhm.
helped me get through college. Like I'm like no joke. But I'm more
He helped you get through college, but he
Yeah.
didn't help himself get through college.
No, he did. He graduated.
You graduated at 20. He graduated at
Because
23.
I took other
Like,
I took other
he should have quit
alternative-
helping you and help his damn self. But now go ahead.
Because I took alternative like routes and stuff. So,
Okay.
but anyways, but I'm more hardworking. Like I'm more disciplined in the
okay.
sense of like, look, like the fact I graduated at 20 because I made
Mhm.
sacrifices to like leave my current high school to go to the community college and do college and high school at the same time.
Okay.
You know, I've had 3 jobs at one point. You know, like I'm not afraid.
What are you, Jamaican? Like, what are you doing that for? Like, why you
No,
got all
to
these
get
jobs?
through like to accomplish my goals and my
Okay.
dreams.
What
you
are
know?
your dreams?
Honestly,
Dreams.
they've changed. I don't know
Tell-
where I'm at.
Tell me.
right
Oh,
now.
you need a dream.
I know.
That's
I
good because
do.
I'm selling dreams.
All right.
Okay, that's what's
Sell
up.
me a dream.
Oh, you better believe I am. Okay, very
This
good.
one right here, she open.
Uh-huh.
She open to it.
No, oh, for
Look, she
real,
said,
though.
"Sell me a dream."
Yeah.
Come on, stop it.
It better be a job though.
Oh,
Better be a job.
no, that's good.
Just
That's really
kidding.
good. Yeah, because you're doing real estate right now, right?
Yeah, I
That's
am.
pretty neat. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Mm.
So you would not be comfortable if your boyfriend stays at the same financial level.
Yeah.
Guys are often saying, Marquette, a lot of these chicks, it's all about the money. And if the finances stayed the same, that's a money thing. But he continues being the great guy that he is. Why is that not good enough?
I think it would be good enough. I know I contradict myself a lot.
You just totally did.
Mariah, can you
No.
come stab me in the eye, please? Please just
No,
stab
it
me in
would.
the eye.
I mean, like in the sense that obviously the goal is to make more, both of us,
Uh-huh.
But I mean, if things didn't change, no, they won't change. I'll make a change.
Damn, okay. If he don't get the job done, you gonna get the job done?
Yeah, I'm gonna
Or get
push
somebody
him.
else to get the job done.
I'm gonna-
Hello.
I'm gonna encourage him to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you feel like do you want a man to be your leader and the leader of the family, or are you guys like 50-50 leaders?
That's a tricky one. 'cause
I
feel-
appreciate that I'm putting you in deep thought. Like
Yeah.
I appreciate
No,
that.
because I feel both. I think like some things can be 50-50 and then
Okay.
other things I do just want him to take the lead and just like roll with it.
Okay.
You know?
All right. Like what would be something you say, I want my man to take the lead on this?
Like planning a vacation.
That's ironic because that's one of the things I never take the lead on.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
never
just
take
like
the lead on planning vacations.
just surprise me, take me on a vacation.
He ain't got money like that. Didn't we just go through that part? Like,
He's
damn,
not
Fresh out of
broke.
college.
Yeah, you putting pressure on this man.
He's not broke.
Nah.
He's not broke, but I know we can be at a better place.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nah, I'm teasing you. Okay, so you said I'm gonna let him take lead on planning a vacation for me.
Yeah.
Okay, got you. That's fantastic. All right, so basically you're gonna be 50-50 leaders is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
This part.
What about you?
I feel pretty much the same way that
Damn,
she does.
damn.
Like, because I've always been a pretty independent person. I feel like.
I'm an independent woman. All my
Like-
single ladies. All my single ladies.
But like at the same time, I'm super independent, but at the same time, I don't I don't like to be by myself. You know what I mean? I like to have other people around me, but I don't have to. Like I can be independent, but I don't like to be independent.
Tell me if I'm saying something crazy.
It's not. I like being independent, but I don't like to be alone.
Why
Does
am
that
I?
make sense? Is there a difference?
Why am I so confused when they speak? Why do you do this to me? What is
Do you
wrong
think
with you
there's a
guys?
difference between being independent and like somebody who's kind of like a loner, like somebody who likes to be by themselves?
Can you be a healer and a killer?
A what?
A healer and a killer.
Can you be a healer and a killer?
Oh.
Like, have you?
Yes.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
I think you can be.
I had to put the extreme there to just see if that would happen.
I've seen some shows about like crazy surgeons and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like they're like a
Hey,
surgeon
y'all.
during the day and like serial
Shout
killer
out to the
at
female
night.
brain, bro. Shout out to the female brain.
All right, we got a baller alert.
Baller alert!
Robert Jones writes chutch, and leave that picture up for a second because I think he low key he was sitting there listening to the live stream, saying to himself like, okay, Shorty right there, Catherine. He's like, I kind of like Shorty, and I know she like guys with the body. And so I'm gonna just pull up in the picture with the shirt off on her with the baller alert, let her know, baby, I got the money and the muscles, the M and the M, you dig? So can he get in the game? Because I think he's trying to holler at you though. That's what I'm seeing. Because he said, I know you like the CrossFit guys. You see I'm chiseled up and the money game is stronger than your current man. So what did it do? Can he get in the game?
No.
Shout out to Robert, man.
Hey,
Why you on us, only Robert?
No.
Stop disrespecting people on this.
I don't know, Robert.
Hey, Robert, don't worry. We're going to get her for you, man. We got you.
Yeah, we're going to slide them DMs.
We got you, Robert.
Jordan writes, peace to the saints.
Peace to the saints.
Ladies, how often in daily life, my man said daily life, do you feel instant attraction to a man versus it building over time? How long does the process take for you?
So y'all can go ahead and say, y'all, it's me right here. So y'all can go ahead and just say it was like when I seen Jabrizi for the first time.
Oh, y'all foul. Oh, righty.
Super duper foul.
No, I'm kidding. But for me, it's pretty rare, honestly. When I see somebody, I'm like, damn, that guy's attractive. You know what I mean? But I feel like real relationships, at least in my experience, most of the relationships I've had have developed out of somebody that I've thought was like mediocrely attractive, and then like as I get to know them and as I get to know their personality, they become more and more attractive to me.
Yeah.
I think those are the best kinds of relationships.
Those
honestly.
are the worst kinds of relationships.
Worst.
Are we serious right now?
It like what's crazy is like, I mean, like y'all don't be doing no choosing. Like
This is evil right
Yeah,
now.
we do. We process trust. Like there is
He
process
said
of elimination.
trust.
There's like no. For me, a lot of it's like what you say, like how you come off. Like I know right away. I'm like, this is not worth entertaining.
he too
like-
player. I know, right?
See, the thing with you, for example, like I'll look at you and I'm like, all right, this is what's gonna happen. Like off the rip, she's gonna be like standoffish, like, nah, I can't
Mhm.
date a guy like this. Like I don't see myself with a guy like this. And then like fast forward 3 months down the line, she's like, when I first met you, I wasn't like really feeling you like that. But then she's gonna be in the deepest love she's ever been in her whole life. So I already know how like the whole thing is gonna go. But the thing that's not gonna happen is like she's never gonna be like, oh, we were friends before. That's not gonna happen because I feel like you can only be friends with a guy before getting into a relationship if he's effeminate, he's a beta male, or like there's something weak about him. Because I feel like one thing that's never happened, I've never been friend zoned in my whole life. I feel like chicks, they're like, what, this guy is not like a friend of me, like he's too masculine to be like my friend. Like I'm not gonna tell secrets to him unless we're in a romantic relationship. You feel me? I feel like you friend zone guys who are not that attractive to you. Like they're not like a guy where you look at him and you're like, ooh. Like it's not that guy that you're friend zoning, right? You're friend zoning the guy, you're like, and then he just like weasels his way in. Like he keeps being friendly. He's being there for you. He's listening. He's being consistent and reliable and trustworthy.
Oh, you see all those things you're listing? Those are important qualities.
But
You can get dropped off like a fly at any time.
right. But those are important qualities. But there's this other quality of excitement and
Uh-huh.
adventure and surprise
Yeah.
and like and risk.
Mhm.
There are those other, like, you can't really have the same level of romance with a guy like that is those other things because he's boring, right?
That's what I'm saying with my quote.
But
every woman wants a bad guy to be good just for her because they
Right.
like that. They like that excitement, the adventure, everything, and they want the guy that's like an asshole to everyone, but they're nice just to them.
But
You know what
Diana,
I mean? They
though,
like that. They like that when they're like
but here we
they're
go.
mean to other people, or not like mean, like, you know, but like they're kind of like whatever to other people, and then
Right.
like they make you feel special.
they have a
That's
sweet
the
spot
thing.
for
Now
you.
let me stop you
Yeah.
real quick, because everything he just said, he said there's a level of excitement, right? And then y'all talking about this slow Mosley
Yeah.
thing that kind of happened where you're like, I wasn't really feeling it. I was like, and then it just kind of happened.
He was there.
Right?
He was there.
And here's the thing, right? This why I truly say, you say this quote, but I'm like, what he's saying is so on point, because you out here networking,
She networked.
for that
Yeah.
excitement.
Network.
And I'm like, see, in my head, I'm like, yo, like, you only go out to the streets because the streets are exciting.
Ooh.
Like, everybody knows street culture is exciting. It's not exciting to be around a square, but all of a sudden we find ourselves dating them, and then we going back to the streets. Then when we find a dude who's super duper player, we don't want to mess with him.
It's honestly, I look at it, it's like fear, right?
Mhm.
Like it's fear of like, damn, like I would really enjoy this guy, but I want to stick with him. Like I want a real relationship that's going to go on. And you know, the ironic thing, and this is why I don't listen to anything women say, because it doesn't make any sense. This is why I don't listen. Because like,
Preach.
I like how she just swept her hair over like this motherfucker. But like, for example, like you are a lover girl, right? And even though you're a lover girl, you're over here with this story of like, well, I don't want to put all my eggs in his basket, because if we break up, then I'm going to be like by myself and blah, 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 blah. And I'm going to have to rebuild and take care of myself, so on and so forth. But I know that women's programming is different when they're with a guy that they're really into and they want to go the whole way with him, which is to say that like, if you're with a guy and you had the feeling that he didn't want you networking, you wouldn't be networking.
I think because he doesn't bring you a level of excitement, you got to like literally create it yourself.
Yeah. I agree with that. I don't necessarily.
No, you're
agree
not.
with
You're
what
not
you
going.
No,
to,
that's just, I just said the same thing he did. So you basically just agree with
See,
him.
the things that I'm saying, you're not going to agree out of your mouth, but you'll agree with your actions.
said.
And because one thing I know is like in the culture,
To an extent, because you do want to like be respectful and like care about what your boyfriend wants, you know what I mean? And you want to make them happy, but it's always like it's a fine line, because like you also got to do what's good for you, you know what I mean? And like, but it's like, do you not care about their feelings? You only care about yourself, you know? That's like what it comes across as. If you're like, fuck you, I'm gonna do whatever I want, you know what I mean? You can't be like that, but at some point you got to be like, listen, this is what's good for me, and you need to understand that, or else this isn't gonna work out.
You know what's interesting? You both state this idea of assholes, right?
Mhm.
And what's really interesting with people who are assholes means that they're very honest, because usually they come off very blunt because they're telling the truth, and they tell it in a blunt manner in which isn't appealing to people whom aren't used to that behavior.
Mhm.
So therefore, if you're not dealing with someone who's somewhat of an asshole who can tell you truth, what is the other person?
hello.
Are they a liar?
No, I think there's a
Or are they? Oh,
I
go
think
ahead.
there's a good way of saying things, like in the sense of like there's a polite way of being honest and not coming off as rude and blunt, you know, because you can be like, that shirt makes you look fat, or you can be like, hey babe, I like the other shirt you had on the other day, you should wear that one instead.
But Catherine, let me ask you something real quick though.
honestly, so I think that's what like kind of makes the difference is the asshole will just tell you straight up, and then but I think, you know, a kind man will just tell you a different way that's not going to hurt you or offend you.
Let me ask you this, Catherine. Do you feel like sometimes like you just got to be told something just really bluntly because you be hard-headed?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, great. You know, a nice guy won't do that, right?
No, I think the right person, and this goes not even in
The right
relationship.
person, right?
No. So even in a friendship, not even in a relationship, if you really care for someone, you're gonna be honest with them. You're gonna tell them the truth because you love and care for them.
But here's the thing: you can't change their character. So if they never were like that before, you're hoping that they will act like that in certain moments, but they're not built like that. So you're dealing with people in which just don't have that in them, and you're hoping that it comes out. But realistically, you're protecting your ego because you're not surrounding yourself around people who are truly like that.
I do. I that's why I'm very selective of the people who I surround myself with. Like my circle's very like small in the sense of like, I don't want to be told lies. Like, you don't have to like tell me, like agree with me all the time. If you disagree with me, I'm like, shit, okay, let me hear you out. I'm like, I know it hurts. It hurts the ego. That's the thing. Is like people don't want to be told they're wrong. I know that for a fact. My boyfriend's not afraid to tell me you were wrong, and I need to sit there. I'm like, shit, you're right.
So if you go home tonight, and I'm not saying you live with your boyfriend, but say you did, okay, that's what's up. Appreciate that. So say you go, he ain't in that game deep, but so say you go home and your boyfriend was there and he was like, how'd you enjoy the podcast? You're like, I enjoyed it. I had a good time. And then he's like, all right, do you regret not hooking up with one of the hosts, namely Marquett? And you're like, and you're like, nah, I don't regret that. And he was like, you're wrong. You could accept him telling you the truth. No, that you're wrong for that?
No.
Oh my God.
I know I don't want to hook up with anyone.
Ray writes, peace to the saints.
Peace to the saints.
Do you think families tell their daughters not to date black men? And is that why some women shy away? Let's be honest. Let's be honest here. That's curious. I feel like I'm gonna just, before they say it, I feel like you don't have to say that out loud. Sometimes it's just what's understood doesn't need to be said. Am I wrong? Some things you just know, right? Okay, now go ahead. We're gonna start on the blonde side.
I don't really like this topic because I don't like to talk about race like this.
Fair enough.
But the short answer is yes. I think people obviously do. I think the vice versa happens in some situations. I have never dealt with that personally. My parents have never told me that.
That's what's up.
But I definitely know that does happen and can happen.
Yeah.
I agree. Like my parents are very accepting of like whoever we date.
What ethnicity are you?
I'm Mexican, like full Mexican.
100%.
Yeah, both of my parents are from Mexico.
This is done. No, for real, you are going to love me. Just period. That's crazy. Is your boyfriend 100% Mexican?
Yeah, actually.
That's what's up. What's up.
But yeah, I mean, yeah. Okay. I mean, my parents have never told me.
Mexicans are racist as shit, though.
They are.
No, they're racist as shit.
They are.
It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. They're also
yes,
funny.
they are.
Yeah. Nah. It's funny as hell though, because they'll tell you to your face. I kind of like that part. Carrying on. Shout out to the mariachi pimpin'. They call me the mariachi pimpin'.
No, I didn't.
Oh yeah, for real. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, indeed. Rob writes, so if ladies hold us to this progressive financial standard, I like how he put that, do you think it's feasible for men to hold their women to a progressive fitness standard? Fair enough.
Well, how unfit is your woman to begin with?
I know, bro. I was like, damn, bro. Because I don't even really cross my mind. I just want to say, like, you're super fit, right?
I'm a dancer.
Can you just stand up one time and just 360 these people with just one time?
Yeah.
Lord,
Okay.
The stomach ain't even there. Stomach is not even exist. Can you just you got a 360 at one time for the show?
Okay.
Okay, exactly. That's true fitness right there. Saints, can we get are you a pageant girl?
Yes.
You are?
Who told you?
I sensed it, aka somebody told me. Yeah. So can you just show these people what good looks like?
I guess.
Because they don't know. They need to know.
Okay.
You
She did the little hand
yeah.
thing.
She did the pose too. Like, hey, I'm trained to do this. Can you 360 us? Okay.
I actually lost 10 pounds this year.
Why did you do that though? Where was it at? Where was the 10 pounds
Where
at? I need to know. No, where
it was
was it?
distributed everywhere.
Oh,
but
really? Like evenly?
Yeah.
That's what's up.
I
That's
like
what's
how
up.
I gain weight everywhere evenly. I like my weight has like fluctuated like insane.
Mhm.
Like,
Really?
go up and down. Yeah. But
I'm gonna
like,
need some thick pics. You heard me?
but yeah.
Okay, shout out. Fitness. I don't think you two haven't had any fitness issues, I'm guessing.
For me, I've been a dancer since I was 3 years old, so it's kind of always just like been built into my schedule. You know what I mean? And I also do Pilates and stuff like that on top of it. So it's like,
that's what's up.
yeah.
For me, it's more of a not necessarily fitness, but health. Like
Okay.
my biggest thing is like I don't want to get old
Mhm.
and like not be able to walk. Or I've gone to Universal Studios and this broke my heart. We were waiting in the Harry Potter line for like 2 hours. There's like
Damn.
a couple in front of us, right? And
Mhm.
they were older, like they were bigger.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They get to the end and they can't ride the ride because they're too big.
Damn.
You know, so that's the point where I think it's unhealthy.
When
And
you can't ride the fucking ride, of
Yeah.
course it's unhealthy.
So I'm like, that's like my big like no, like I don't want to get to that point.
Would
And
you-
that's why I work out and like try to be healthy.
Say you were at the ice cream store, right? And
Mhm.
instead of this being a Harry Potter line, it was an ice cream shop
Yeah.
line, right?
Yeah,
And these two fat people are in front of you. Would you have it in your heart to just tap one of them on their shoulder and be like, you shouldn't be in this line?
no.
What?
I would feel guilty.
No
Like
way.
they deserve their
You
their
might
ice
have
cream.
you might have saved their life though.
No
Okay.
way. Nobody who's like that big and is still in an ice cream line is gonna take that
They're
advice.
probably
Yeah,
Uber
okay.
Eats
No way.
the
Damn,
freaking ice
okay.
cream.
I just want
They're
to
just gonna be like, "You're a dick. Get out of my face."
Got you.
Yeah. Like, nobody.
Nah.
They're not gonna be like, "Wow, you're right. I shouldn't be here. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna eat healthy from now on." No way. It's got to be an inner
baller
choice.
alert.
Baller alert.
Baller alert.
Survival of the simp.
What? I love this, man. This is hilarious.
Free game, fellas. If she doesn't look at you like the best thing that ever happened to her, send her packing.
I could say the same thing.
Mhm. Vice versa.
And vice versa.
How?
See, I don't.
Houseway.
Like, this is what's killing me about you females, and I'm about to leave this show and just let Jabrizi finish this one off because you guys are enraging me. Y'all are
That was
enraging
the
me.
goal and we accomplished it.
Yes, no, you're enraging me. I'm gonna tell you why. Because everything that's like on the male side, you want to flip it to the female side, right? So I asked you who's the leader, and you're like, well, we 50-50 leaders. I asked you who has the bag. You're like, oh, well, I'm getting my bag too. And then he just said, fellas, if she doesn't look at you, and then you're like, well, I could say the same thing. Well, are men and women really the same? For example, women are sentimental. So even if you're not the best thing that she's ever had or that she can get, she still might look at you that way because women are sentimental.
Mhm.
But you should really want a rational man who's looking at you accurately for what you are, and he looks at the world in that way. Because if you're dealing with an emotional man, he's never going to be able to be a good leader, a good father, a good guide, deal with conflict appropriately because he's prone to emotionalism.
Do you think emotion is bad for a man?
Emotion is not bad, but untamed emotion is the enemy of performance.
Okay.
So if you cannot control your emotions at the right time, you can't perform appropriately.
I agree. Because I think there's certain like circumstances where a woman, might be really emotional about something.
Right,
And she just needs her man to like be strong
right.
in that sense. So
Yeah.
no, I agree. I think there's a
Right.
balance.
So as unemotionally stable as y'all is,
Right,
y'all be wanting these really emotional
Right.
dudes sometimes.
right.
Y'all be wanting the Drake, huh? When a
Huh.
good thing goes bad, it's not the end of the world. Like, y'all want somebody to sing in y'all ear all soft.
And the other thing, I feel like if you're actually Mexican,
Mhm.
then, and I know Mexicans, right? So if you're actually Mexican, you should really respect the patriarchy. You feel me? Like you should respect male leadership and masculine men.
I didn't see
Unless-
some act out of hand.
You got somebody you a new Mexican, like you more American than Mexican, like
Mhm.
you feel me?
Yeah. Well, I am first generation. So like I didn't
Oh, that's pretty fresh.
So I didn't grow up in Mexico. Like I was born
Yeah.
here. And I think that has a lot to do with my outlook because I can say the cousins who live in Mexico, they 100% would agree with everything that you guys
That's
are saying.
what I'm talking. That's why I'm the mariachi pimping.
Yeah, so so the fact that I grew up here in the United States definitely gives me a different outlook. You know, because I was exposed to just knowledge and different perspectives that are not taught. Yeah, like completely.
Holosophy.
You know, so I because everything you talk about, I see in my household, you know. You know, but it can be toxic. Growing up in that household, I found myself very conflicted because I'm going to school learning a different way of life and going home and it's a different way of life, you know, than what it is at home.
Yeah.
So
it's a conflicting culture.
Yeah,
you shouldn't have went to school.
I know. I should.
Do not let your daughters go to school.
Facts.
You see what happens to them?
Facts.
I'm sorry you had to suffer through that.
No, it's okay.
No,
I be in my head thinking like, man, if you don't brainwash your girl, like the world gonna do it. Period. Somebody gonna brainwash them with some stupid stuff. They gonna just plop it right up in there.
Yes.
Now you saying like you said your cousins in Mexico would agree with everything we saying. I know what's their number looking like
for real.
They're already married with kids. That's the thing.
Okay.
That's
because
how
they agreed with the way that
that's what's up.
They're already married with kids. So.
But I know there's a couple that don't got no
she
kids.
She could set something up.
You just being little.
Which cities are they in?
Honestly, if I were to tell you guys, like, no clue, but it's just like the nearest city is Aguascalientes.
Okay.
And that's like 45 minutes. But our population for where my parents are from, it's like less than 2,000 people.
I can be famous there. Like I will be the only black guy in that whole city. Like you can't steal nothing because they will know it's you. Okay. Ivan writes, I think looks are less important to women when it pertains to men. I agree there. Not themselves. I don't consider myself handsome and I'm short, 5'6", but I can kick game and dress super fly and typically find success. Church. Thoughts?
Wait, what's the question?
That's exactly why I said thoughts, right?
No, hold on. Let me read it again.
Yeah, I got you, love. I'm going to summarize this for you. He says, women are not as into looks as men are. And if you're super player with the dress and the swagger, you know, women will let you get in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, because your boyfriend's what, like 5'7", 5'8"?
Yeah.
Exactly. You see how I knew that? Damn. Thank you. Thank you. I'm a prophet out here. Nick, that's the difference between F-boys and real men. F-boys look for constant excitement. Instead, you can have the same thing with the person you are in love with. That's a real player.
I feel like Nick is.
I feel like starting snapping over here.
No, I feel like Nick is a woman. I feel like Nick is a woman. No, and I'm being honest. No, because Nick is a woman. Because Nick came in last time saying a bunch of crazy stuff. I'm like, Nick,
you remember Nick?
Yeah, Nick is a woman that I must know.
Okay, fair enough. I ain't even gonna name no names. I gotta guess. Lawson writes, "Peace to the saints."
Peace to the saints.
Ladies, what is your biggest deal breaker in a relationship? I already know what it is.
It's the exact topic that we're talking about right now.
I know what the deal breaker is.
What's up?
Yeah, I'm not good at lip syncing, but I just don't want to affect your answer. I'm gonna say it to the camera real quick. Mariah, read my lips just so you
put it on his lips. Put it on his lips. Put that back the camera on.
Don't you guys look at the camera? Why y'all looking? All right, okay. Dang, they done messed it up. Y'all nosy. You guys are so nosy. Okay. What's your deal breaker?
Deal breaker.
She didn't repeated the question. What's your deal breaker?
Somebody who doesn't trust me.
You are guilty as hell, okay?
No,
I don't
not.
trust you at all.
I'm not.
Look,
That's
y'all
why
stay
it's
away
such a
from
big
her.
deal to me. It's
Do
because
not slide her
I'm
DMs.
such a loyal person. Like if I commit
You are
myself,
not loyal.
and I will take a long time to commit to somebody. For
That's
because
you in them
Because when I do
streets.
commit to somebody, like I really commit. I really am
Diana,
not going to fuck you over. Like
how many people have you fucked
and I
over?
constantly have men that always think I'm gonna fuck them over.
Why
and
do
it's
they
literally
feel
my
that
biggest
from
pet
you?
peeve. Because I am such a social person.
You've been in the whole Olympics going for the gold? You done won the gold, huh? You done won the gold. She done won the gold. No, why are we suspicious of you? Why are we
no.
naturally suspicious of you in particular? I want to know.
I think it is just because I am such an outgoing person. I'm such a social person, and people like to talk to me, like people, and you know what I mean?
So they think that you're putting yourself in harm's way. So they're saying you're you're an antelope putting yourself in the lion's mouth.
A gazelle?
A gazelle, yes. You're a gazelle putting yourself in the lion's mouth, basically saying, this lion's not gonna clamp down his vicious teeth on me. It's fine. I know he's a lion and I'm an antelope.
I'm secretly a lion in an antelope costume.
She just said she has big dick energy.
She did.
Big dick energy. I
said
see.
But
that.
let me-
Okay.
My question is this: do women have a good sense that men are really skeptic of very social women? Like, just in terms of you're trying to find "quote unquote" the right man.
That's why I dumped Mariah. She be talking too much to humans. She be talking to people. Mariah,
Stop looking at that person.
right. That's a good question, Jabri. Like, repeat that one more time.
In my head, I always wonder, like, women are social creatures.
Yeah.
So therefore, they should be able to socially calibrate anything in which they walk themselves in.
Yeah.
So they're playing dumb when they don't understand the concept
They
of
love that.
men
Yes.
are skeptic of very social women.
Yes.
And if you're looking for the right guy, because if you say you're really looking for a man, right? You're looking for a man.
Say what?
Then ultimately you would understand the social dynamics between you and that man, and especially with you being so social, you would understand that even to a guy in which is secure in himself and all that,
right,
he will still find that to be funny because he's not a fool.
Yeah.
So ultimately, like he's a wise guy at that point,
Right.
and you're hoping that he'd be wise to catch on to what you're doing, but really you're trying to fool him at this time.
That's not true though.
I just don't feel comfortable with it. Like, not even because I'm suspicious of you or even suspicious of the other person, just like on a cultural standpoint, I feel like it doesn't like represent me well. Like, I would not want someone to be like, oh, like, Marquett, I saw your girl hanging out with like George. I'm like, what is that about? Not even that I think you would do anything with George, because George is a weirdo, right? It's just that like I don't feel like it represents me well. Like,
and you know what? Even when you say represents well, like they don't know how weak and pathetic they make their man looks towards other men.
Right.
They don't understand that.
And respect is everything to men.
It's like realistically, like you get dropped off like a fly to a guy in which
you get brushed off like
you get brushed off because it's like you're ruining my reputation. Now, if my reputation is how I make money, the friendship you're playing with very dangerous things. Because let me say this: if you guys are to date a guy in the cartel and you're playing with his reputation, you'd be done.
Right.
So realistically, I know that you're not reaching for powerful men. You're reaching for weak men because they don't have a reputation, and you can destroy it all day and still kind of get somewhat of the benefits off of that. So it to me, it almost kind of like runs itself to like if you're running for power, to be what they sometimes women say, we want to be this power couple.
Well, she wants to be equally powerful to the man. Like she's measuring up her penis with his penis.
But like,
and they're the same size.
Jesus Christ! But all because you got a strap on, though.
Right.
It's synthetic. It's not real. You got a fake one.
Right.
I
But
got pussy power though. It's even better.
no, I believe that. But no, on a serious note though, when you're saying these crazy things, no, for real. When you're saying these crazy things, do you at some level like understand that most guys are like, I don't like that. And I know you're looking at it from the perspective of like, well, I have to be who I am, which is fair. But I'm saying that at a certain level, every now and then who you are becomes a woman who does want to please your guy. And there's nothing wrong with wanting to please your man. Like, you know, there are women who like, they find their happiness in family and their husband and family life. And like, so they're like, you know, like if I can please my man, like I want to do what makes him happy. And most guys are not happy to know that you're out, as you call it, networking. So are you aware of that most guys don't like that?
Of course, I'm aware of that. But I just feel like anybody who's like close enough to me to where we're like in a serious relationship and you know me and my character and my personality well enough, like you shouldn't be worried about it. But
like we talked about the guy's reputation. So with men,
I don't think unless I'm coming out and like flirting with guys or like being sexual towards people, that's the only way I could see it hurting his reputation. If
And I
I'm
think
just
it's
going
like,
around and being friendly with people and making my own connections, my own friendships, and my own whatever,
Mm-hmm.
how is that hurting his reputation?
I got a
So-
response to that when you finish.
So here's the thing: as a woman, your reputation, you can play with it all day. You could be a porn star, a hoe, all this and that. You will still get something out of life, realistically, and it doesn't matter because you can play with yours. But with a man playing with his, this is not a game. And you're like playing with people's lives by association. And I don't know if you ever like been in a gang or seen a gang or know how gangs operate, but when you start doing things on people's behalf, they get really pissed. And then you get looked at as an op. You get looked at as an op. Like, why are you here? Are you up to something? Like, you a spy? Like, this is not, this ain't right.
Like, yo, friendships with people would hurt somebody else's reputation.
Yeah, I think
Like-
that's, and I think kind of going back to the original question, like, what's a deal breaker in a relationship is insecurity. Like a man who's who's insecure of himself, because this is pretty much stemming that I can't have a simple conversation with you guys because then my man is gonna get upset. You know what I mean? Like that's
No, he's punching the air right now.
Yeah,
like,
no,
now
he
he's
is.
punching the air.
And
No, he is.
no, he's not. But anyways, but like my point is that you have to be secure of yourself, and that shows like that for me is attractive. If you're secure and you know that like we're both sure of each other and of our like moral like compass, you know, because at the end of the day, like I'm not gonna do you dirty. I personally am not. There are other girls.
Are you a submissive woman? Dang, why you so laughing? I'm cracking jokes out here.
I mean, it just depends on like the situation, I guess.
I already know your answer. I'm not even gonna have you say that out loud on this
No.
podcast. Mr. Invest writes, "Peace to the saints.
Peace to the saints.
Enjoying the game. Also, every woman that comes in can't help themselves. They must read the chat." He talking about y'all.
Of course.
Next one.
Next we just
We're
turn it.
nosy.
Vilkin writes, "Peace to the saints."
Peace to the
Peace
saints.
to the saints.
Marquett, I'm confused. I thought women want an ambitious man like the CrossFit ex that doesn't focus on her all day. Advice for 21-year-old men. So he's basically saying that the words of these ladies have contradicted the ism. Fair enough. I appreciate you bringing this to my attention. Well, number one, did you consider the CrossFit guy ambitious?
Not really, because all he did was just focus on CrossFit. Like that was his job, was being a CrossFit trainer.
Right.
And literally after he worked, he would just train, and that's all he did. And so for me, it was like, okay, well, what other things are you doing to level up your life? I understand that's a passion, you know, and you have goals within that realm, but I personally didn't see the vision, and maybe just
There wasn't a vision.
Yeah.
No, there was no vision. And she's speaking the truth. So you guys, for that 5 seconds, she said some truthful things. No, the point is that the gentleman was basically referring to the idea that, you know, his underlying suggestion was that you wanted the CrossFit guy to focus on you, which was not the case. She didn't want the CrossFit guy to focus on her.
No.
She wanted him to be dynamic, to have other things about him that are interesting, to have major goals that she could identify.
Yeah, because at the time I was like going to college. I had 2 jobs.
That's a lot.
And, you know, like I was doing my own thing. I didn't need him to focus on me because
Right.
we made time for each other, like when we did. But at the end of the day, I saw him and I was like, that's it. Like,
Right.
you gotta bring to
You're
the
watching his
table.
IG stories
Right.
like, damn, CrossFit again. Okay.
Yeah.
Ramsey writes, "Peace to the saints." My question: how difficult is it to give your female friends critical feedback, i.e., bad makeup? Is he throwing slick disses out here? I'm messing with.
I like this question.
Yeah.
It depends on the friend, I think.
That's-
It depends on how willing the person is to take constructive criticism.
Yeah.
But I think that a good friend is somebody who will always, like, if you have something in your teeth, you'll be like, hey, yo,
Right.
go check in the mirror. You know what I mean?
I think-
Instead of just letting them walk around.
I think it's kind of like what I mentioned earlier. It's about like the asshole. It's like there's a nice way to say it.
Right.
And I'm much rather like I'm a truthful friend. Like
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you your wrongs. I'm not afraid to because I think there's a lot of because sometimes
this man then
I mean,
reacted
no.
like he knew her for 10 years. He's like, no.
no, I'm gonna tell
I didn't
you.
heard this before. I didn't heard this whole spiel
Fair enough.
before because
Fair
like
enough.
she's saying like look,
That's why I don't listen to nothing they say.
bro, because like realistically,
I'm not even really here right now. my clone
he about
is
to
here
start
right
fading
now.
away.
I'm not even here.
Hey, look, I mean, like realistically, like if we had to really break it down, like you're gonna have to say some ruthless stuff to her because she gonna be like,
I'm taking.
you gonna
it
say
easy on her.
everything nice.
Mhm.
If you was a guy, if you was listening to her and you did what she said, you're gonna say everything nice and it's still not gonna get through. Then you're gonna just have to take the filter off and then just say it exactly how it needs to be said. She'll be looking like, ooh, for like maybe 10 minutes, be upset, angry, and then you just move on with your day and you got it through.
Probably might have to beat it down after that, and then everything go back to normal.
Exactly right.
True. Nice. Yes. Esteban writes, shout out to Mexican Shorty. I'm in Aguascalientes right now in San Marcos. Beautiful spot.
That's so funny, yeah.
Man, hey, set something up, bro. You know I be pulling up, man. Set something up for a boss. She try to act like she ain't got nothing to throw to us. I really think she just trying to keep me for herself. You dig? When really she could throw the oop.
Hey, take Marquett. Give me
Really?
something. I just said, give me something. Come on, what your mama look like?
Ooh,
Kinda like
that's a
this.
real
Kinda like
question.
this.
Yeah.
That's a real
Yeah.
question. Do you have your mom on IG right now? Can you just
My
pull
mom
her up?
does not have my G.
Is she not in none of your pictures?
No.
Damn.
Because I do particularly love Mexican women, the older ones, the old school ones.
Mm-hmm.
Call me mijo.
Mm.
Bruh.
Mm.
I ain't even gonna get into it right now. Lawson writes, out of curiosity, have you ever been broken up with, and what was the reason? That's a good question, Lawson. I know you've been dumped. Tell me more.
Oh shit.
Holy schmoly.
I mean, not recently. All of my recent exes, I've definitely been the one to dump them. But
I like how she trying to get some credibility back.
I know.
We
ain't asked all that.
You know you're a sweet woman.
And-
you are.
Mostly in high school, like when I was in the period of like senior year and I knew that I was going to Las Vegas for college, my boyfriends could not handle that.
Boyfriends with an S?
There was two
Damn.
of them. There was two of them.
At
One
the
of them
same
was
time?
around. No, not at the same time. Not at the same time.
Trying to figure out.
But there was two of them, and they both broke up with me for the same exact reason, and that was that I was going to be going to college and like leaving them, and they were like, "Yeah, you're gonna go to college and have a great life, and I'm gonna be stuck here in Alaska, and I'm just gonna end it now because I'm a pussy, and I'm not gonna wait for, I'm not gonna wait for you to eventually break up for me."
Okay, after
So-
college though, in college, who broke up with you next?
No, honestly, all of the people that I've been with in college, I've broken up with them.
Why she have to call those men the P word though? That's not very nice.
The
nice.
ones I thought that was a pretty
Not
pussy move.
nice.
I don't know. They were like, because they knew, like, especially the second one, maybe not the first one, but definitely the second one, because that was like a over the summer kind of relationship, and like he knew getting into it that I was already planning on going to Las Vegas for college.
Do you realize?
Right?
Do you realize how much of a lover girl you really are? No, seriously. Do you realize that? Because you're
I'm
over
a
here.
very affectionate person. For
You're
sure.
a lover girl. You're the female version of Drake. Okay, like don't play with me. Like all this, like I had to get my bag. I don't want my eggs all in one basket. No, you're a lover girl. See, because it's spiritual with me. Like I can sense this. Like I can feel you all the way through, and you are a deep lover.
I am
girl.
both though.
Yeah.
Like I'm not lying. You know what I mean?
Once you're in love, if I was like, go all 8 of those people, you're like, yes, sir, you will go body them. I know you will. Quit playing with me, Diana. Quit playing with me. Pull up that next super chat. She bullshitting. Rob writes, I noticed the further you are on the masculine spectrum. I like this terminology. Right? I ain't never even heard of this. I like it. The masculine spectrum, you tend to attract women further on the femininity spectrum. Man, preach, talk it. Vice versa as well. Thoughts? And bro, that's why I like Mexican women, because they be so traditional and feminine.
What's crazy is like just on the international.
Did
note,
you just hit? Did you just
I had because my
bow
brain.
down to it?
Hey, I had to go back in my thoughts.
Yeah, just
Look,
meditate on it.
That stuff is so accurate because when you leave the country, and most of the women out there pretty much do act a little more feminine than the American women.
Yeah,
for sure,
for sure. Las Vegas, yeah.
Yo, it's like the dudes out there, they be a little soft. I ain't gonna lie. They be super soft, and they don't want to deal with them. So you're right. You just gotta position. Here, it's too many. I want to say, I'm gonna say MBs. Use the N word and the B word, and then put that together. Like they like it's a fusion. They be fusing together. The energy fused together with the physical.
Yeah, I do want to say though, as far as American women, if you get outside of the major cities, like say Los Angeles, New York, Las Vegas,
Chicago,
right, you're gonna find women that are a little bit more traditional and feminine. I'm not saying you're not. I'm just teasing, but you're gonna find like more traditional women who are less like I'm trying to get my bag and all that stuff, right? Because like I'm guessing in Alaska, women are like a little bit more chill, right, than they are here.
Well, yeah.
Right. What do you all think of that? He said basically your boyfriend's feminine. What do you think of that? No. No. That's not my actual question. Like I'm talking about with regards to this.
Question. I guess. I mean, I feel like a lot of it depends on like.
Wait, why is your mic not working? Say something.
I think Mariah decided she was done listening to you. Mariah was like, she don't have nothing else to say today.
I honestly, it's a very interesting question because I never really thought about it that way. How, if a guy shows like a very like masculine energy vibe, I can see how a girl can be very submissive and like just kind of like attract to that. And I think at the end of the day, it's kind of like what you personally are attracted to, what kind of energy you put off. Because I mean, obviously you want a leader in a partner, whatever that is, in some shape or form. And it's kind of like, what kind of category is that in?
So would you say you like more masculine men or just like more like this guy looks like a barista at Starbucks kind of guy? He works at the Gap.
I want to say a balance because I think it's also important for men. No, I think it's important for men to be in tune with their emotions.
Stop making that face.
And to be open about.
I'm just giving up.
It's true though. I feel like that's an important part of a relationship.
You got to spit some Drake game at her.
Emotionally in tune with you.
But like, here's the thing though. You're such a strong, beautiful woman though, right? And what I'm saying is this. I never see strong, beautiful women with a strong, handsome man. And that let me know everything because opposites attract. And you see why you can't find that strong, beautiful, handsome man. It's because you being too strong and beautiful.
So I need to become weaker.
Just be beautiful, baby.
I am an alpha woman.
You see I did that? I said just be beautiful. That's all you got to be. We don't need you being strong.
Sibo writes, Blondie's boyfriends be crying after coitus, begging to be on top for once.
What is coitus?
Intercourse.
Okay.
I learned that from Sarah.
Really?
She had put me on some stuff. Oh, we're caught up. Okay. Well, how about that?
Hey, should we take in some callers real quick?
Oh, yeah, indeed.
We should see what they have to say.
Ladies and saints, we do have the call-in link in the description. So if you would like to call in and have a word with the lovely ladies, feel free to hit that link. I feel like that'd be very entertaining.
So yeah, let's get the callers in. We only got so much more of the show to go, and I'm scared. I ain't gonna lie. I feel like you gonna get it, and you gonna play Jedi mind tricks. You've been doing that all day.
Yeah.
She's been more upfront and honest with everything. She's like, I'm just gonna do it. You like, well, it can be both.
That's literally me because I'm a Libra. I see both. Like I want to balance it out.
I'm an asparagus.
I love it.
I can be a little salty.
You love some sodium.
She done activated a trap card.
Right?
Yeah, she done activated a trap card.
A Libra.
Oh my goodness. Okay. That's deep.
Now here's the thing though, right? You said you a Libra, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
But
So-
I don't know
so, like-
anything about.
So like who's what like astrology sign
don't
goes the
know.
best with
I
you?
literally don't know.
So why you bring this up?
Because that's how I am.
You be like just 1 foot in like that.
It's just a-
Oh, that's you?
no.
Oh,
Her.
huh? Asparagus,
Okay.
gotcha. All right. so-
Asparagus.
You see how the female thinking got hold of her? Like she even is over here like, I'm an Aquarius. Like, girl.
Oh, she's answering. She said asparagus
But
goes best
she
with
knew
you.
that she knew. She
She
knew.
She was studying that.
Hello,
Bill,
Oh,
hey,
yeah.
how's it going?
I'm doing great, Marquett. Peace to the saints, man.
Peace to the saints.
Yes,
Change
yes.
the
Yeah. I have my question, and obviously, I pay attention to you. I pay attention to my brother. I pay attention to a lot of men around me every single day. So my question is that I talk to my sister a lot, and I could tell that every time my brother has to pay for something, he gets frustrated, emotional, and stressed, and he puts it on his wife. And now his wife want to work so badly,
Ooh.
so to the point that she basically doesn't want to rely on him no more. So
Wow.
my question is how, as a young man myself, don't put that on my woman, and also at the same time be a breadwinner, as a young man that's 21 years old.
Vilkin, I'm very proud of you because I can tell you are going to live very well and you're going to manage very well because that's such a high level question.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I've seen this many times. I've even seen it on television in like sitcoms when like the guy's always acting like he's stressed over finances.
Mhm.
And I think that there's an important balance that you have to have. Number one, even if you're a man of means, I always question purchases in my family. So whether I'm talking about my mother or my woman, I always want people to think twice about when they're buying, because the worst thing is when you actually do have money, then people start feeling like they can just like get whatever just because you
Yeah.
can. So that's number one. Like anytime I see my lady with like a new shirt, I'm like, oh, that's a new shirt. Like, tell me about that. Like, where did that come from? Right. I'm curious. I'm sincerely curious. So that's number one. And then number two, as a man, if you have a woman that's with your program, she's going to be with you to the end. That's your woman. That's your woman. Full stop, period. She's yours. You got her. She's not going anywhere. So it is your responsibility to provide for whatever her needs are, just as it's her responsibility to provide for whatever your needs are. And you're
Mhm.
providing in the appropriate way. So number one, as a man, if you got to pay the light bill, to argue and like complain that you have to do it when you're going to do it anyways,
Mhm.
that's just immature. And that's an expression of your underdevelopment as a man and your lack of emotional maturity. So you should never complain about finances to your children and to your wife because it's going to stress them out. And frankly, it's not their responsibility. It's your responsibility.
Mm.
Right.
Yeah.
So you shouldn't stress them out about it, but you should set limits and let them know like, hey, we're not going to buy that. We're not going to not buy that because we can't afford it. We're not going to buy it because it's unnecessary or it's opulent or you already have 3 bags. How many purses can you switch off? So that's the key right there. Now, in terms of his wife wanting to work, I like the way she's thinking. I don't like what she's going to do. I like how she's thinking. She's like, okay, well, this is a problem for you. I'm going to create a solution.
Mhm.
And that's fair. You want people who are solutions oriented. So I can respect that. But one thing I would never want, if my wife has the privilege of not working, I don't want her to work because I want her to work for me. I want her to use
Yeah.
her time to serve me and serve the family. That's ideal.
Mhm.
So if she feels like she needs to work, like you've been doing a lot of complaining. So he really screwed that up in a bad way. Because here's the thing. Now he's sending her out in the streets to be bossed by another man.
That's bad.
That's gross. And I hate the fact that you'll have another man dominating your wife's time to where if you need something, like she has to ask him for permission to do something for you.
Oh my God.
To me, that's ludicrous.
That's nowhere. I don't like that feeling.
Yeah. I'm like, love, if you want to get a part-time job just to keep busy, like feel free. But I want you to feel like you walk into that job because it's pure joy and pleasure.
Mm-hmm.
And if there's anything you don't like, you could flip him off and walk up out of there with no worries.
Big facts.
Because we got the bag.
Hey, you remember watching Everybody Hate Chris?
I never watched that show.
Oh man, it was funny because
You said it like that show was hella cracking.
it was.
All right, go ahead.
Look, man, the wife would be like, "Man, I don't need this. My husband got 2 jobs," and then she just leave. She
Right.
would keep leaving jobs like that every time.
Ah.
Anytime they just
Yeah.
like I'm leaving. My husband got 2 jobs.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. And that's what it's about. Do we hit your question? Do you ladies have anything to add on that one?
No, I think the biggest thing is just like if she's working from the beginning, just to set expectations, like kind of like what is expected as far as like finances. And then like kind of set that up from the very beginning. So there's no issues down the road, just play it out. Like, this is what I can offer on the table. And it's like, okay, then I'll cover the rest, vice versa.
Will you pay for all of my stuff though?
No, as a woman, no.
Well, it ain't gotta be as a woman, just as you, like as Catherine and Marquett. Like, will you pay for all my stuff?
No.
Never.
I mean, I'll pay for it. Damn. Yeah, I'll buy some McDonald's.
What in the insult? Bro, did you hear that?
Yeah, I heard that. She said
What
$100.
Why she got to disrespect?
This is foul.
No, I'm saying like we're in a relationship, right?
Okay.
Like there's no circumstances under which you'll pay for everything.
Yeah, I'll pay.
Why do you seem so unsure though?
No, I will. No,
How
because
many
it's
things
just
do you
the
think he didn't pay for?
I can
He asked
answer
you one question.
No,
I can
like,
answer. I can answer that. I know why she's unsure about it is because in her nature, she is expected the man to pay for everything. You know what I'm saying? Right. So that's why I even asked you that question, Marquette, is because I believe that I don't believe that, especially my mom, she works a lot. I don't believe a woman should really work as much hours or be as stressed to going against another boss to get a check and then bring it back home. You know what I'm saying? Right. So that's why she kind of hesitant about that, And
it's ironic too that they want to go and work and get the bag, but when you ask them about spending the bag, then like their mind is boggled, right? But if you ask a guy like, hey, will you pay for all my stuff if I'm with you? Then like, yeah, for sure. Yeah, no problem. It is what it is. I mean, I paid for all of my stuff for my assistant, who's like, I'm not in a relationship with her, housing, food, cash, like whatever you need, right? And we're not even in a relationship, it's just boss level thinking. And it's something that I'm comfortable with because as a boss, like you're used to taking care of people. Yeah. But I think like a true female, when she's in her nature, the way you might take care of me is not necessarily like paying for everything. Yeah. It's like,
that's why I kind of hesitate because I think there's other ways, one can like offer their support, not necessarily financially, but emotionally, and just like be there as a partner. But of course, like if my partner needed something, like I'm going to, give them what I have. Yeah. Yeah.
I just feel like y'all be scamming sometimes. Yeah. Like y'all be like, gimme. And in the second somebody asks you back for something, it's a problem. Cause y'all be like, it be moments like this. It's like
women do not like coming off of $1.
No,
they do not.
They be trying to commit the pimping on you.
Yeah,
like, it's like, no, you will not.
Yes,
no, you will not.
But she'll come off of it.
Go. Yeah, brother, I'm over here, man. You can't see me. I'm over here.
Bill, I appreciate you calling in, saying we're gonna let Keandre get in here, see what he's talking about.
Yes, Marquette. I enjoy the book. By the way, I enjoy your book. It's literally like a movie, man. Like, I can't even explain it. For anybody who's hesitating, get the book, man. What are you doing? I was hesitant about the book. I enjoy it a lot. Peace to the saints.
I appreciate that. Peace to the
That's
saints.
What's up?
Peace to the saints.
Keandre, what's going on, brother? There it is. Woo!
Oh, you know what? Take the headphones out. That might help.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Y'all can hear me?
Yes,
sir.
Okay. So I don't have an issue getting women, right? I have an issue keeping women. Now, the thing is, I think it goes back to what Marquette was saying and Jabrizi about some women, they'll date guys a little lower status, but then they'll have a little sneaky link with me at night. So what's up with that?
Right. That's what she gonna do. She gonna come through to a boss later tonight. Huh? Tell him.
No, that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, go ahead.
That's not where my
Yeah, Catherine, go
I'm
ahead.
sure other girls are. Not mine.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Tell him, Catherine.
She's trying to get laid down.
Tell us more, Keandre, about what she about to do.
Okay, so there's one fine chick. I throw events, right? And so I meet this girl. We're having some fun, hooking up, all that. And, we got the same group of friends, all that. And things are they're looking up. You know what I'm saying? I don't really have, I got some options, but she's the best look. So then She breaks it off with me, ends up dating this guy who's about her age. He's like scrawny, I ain't trying to judge the dude. I bet he's cool because she's a cool girl. I bet he's cool. But I'm just thinking like, hey, so what's up with this? Like, I'm over here working now. I got money. I got places. I'm throwing events. I'm popping. But then this girl's gonna go off and date that dude, but then hit me back up at night.
Right.
So what's going on there? Why is she leaving me, going to him, then coming back to me in the nighttime? I don't know what's up with that.
Go ahead, love. She's like, I got personal experience with this. Go ahead.
No, I was like, you don't deserve her. That's it. You also deserve someone who wants you and that's gonna put you first and is not gonna like go with someone else. Like you don't want someone that's like that.
That's
so
true.
literally leave her and find someone that is in love. Like essentially the goal is to find someone that's gonna love you and appreciate you and see the value of what you bring to the
what
table.
if he just wants to understand her psychology though? Like what's the thinking that has her?
There's no point to understand her psychology.
That's
like
cool. That's a good
Diana,
point.
what's her psychology?
If he gonna fuck with me, he gonna fuck with me at all times.
No, stop.
Hey, for real?
This is the shit I be talking about. All right, look, did you hear what he just asked? He's having sneaky links with the girl with the dude.
Exactly.
Basically,
I'm
oh,
flirting with her. Like,
oh my God.
If you want to be with somebody, you should be with somebody who's gonna put you first all the time. Like that should be a fucking draw line to you. Like if she's not gonna put me first, she's gonna go with this other guy. Like whatever. I'm gonna find somebody who's gonna be about me at all times.
See, and Diana, the girl I'm talking about is actually, she got your personality. So I'm glad to hear your response.
He said it's Diana. Hey, Kendra, did you just snitch on Did you just snitch on Diana, bro?
He said she has her personality. Damn.
He bro, you over
That's how he knew
Diana.
he had to call in. He was like, "This is perfect. I'm calling in."
Hey, look, bro. See, look, this. I kind of figured it out. I figured out this point. See, what they really want to do is they don't want to really deal with you. They don't want to deal with you because realistically, you're gonna be too savage with them. They're gonna get their little hearts broken, and they're trying to protect that. So what they want to do is they want to feel like a boss at the same time, still enjoy boss privileges. So really, the privileges of being around you, like some of these hoes, they just want to lay up with a cool nigga like that, and they think they can do that for free. They think they can do that for free. She's trying to get it from you for free. Now, realistically, she's only getting the dick from you for free. That's it. That's the only thing she's getting, right? And realistically, got all these other things to offer. And she's kind of stupid because she wants to play her little power position with this little weak man 24/7. And actually 23. And then the last hour of the day come to you, right? Mm-hmm. So realistically, man, she's for the streets. Sorry, Diana.
Right. Oh, damn. Keandre, we appreciate you calling in. Saying, was there any more you had to your question?
No, sir. That's it.
Hey, we appreciate you. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Peace of the Saints.
Peace of the Saints.
Yo, can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
What's up? What's up, Marquett? It's a pleasure to meet you. You feel me? You like one of my idols. I read the Black Box. First question I had was like, do the girls know like they're sitting right next to like two millionaires, or do they know?
We gotta wait till the other one come out the bathroom. Diana, I guess you can take that one first. She said,
I've known these guys for a little bit now. I mean, I don't know exactly what their bank accounts are, but I don't know. I don't want to sound like cocky or whatever, but I know a lot of people that are in the same kind of like status that they are, so it doesn't really, I'm not like, oh, I'm sitting next to two millionaires. Like, oh my God, you know? I don't.
Fair enough. Did you hear the question?
No.
Okay, hit her with the question.
Yeah, I just wanted to know if you guys like realize like you guys are not even necessarily millionaires, like more like just like people who are just like held to like a higher standard. Like Marquett went to like Johns Hopkins, like graduated from like these top universities. Like, do you guys like just kind of know like who you guys are sitting around?
I mean, I don't know his whole resume, you know what I mean? But I definitely know that I'm sitting next to two people that are, you know, very intelligent and above the standards of most other people, for sure.
For sure. My last question is going to be, Marquett, like, Marquett and Jabrizi, like, what do you think is like so I'm in college right now, I'm 19 years old. And like girls are not even in my mind right now. Like I just adopted like this new kind of like idea of just like getting a girlfriend like probably when I'm 30 or when I'm just like financially set. Like when do you think is like the correct, not necessarily time, but just like the correct like I don't know, like kind of like place to like get a girlfriend, like kind of like when should I get a girlfriend type shit? Like when should I even start thinking about girls? Is it when I'm financially stable or?
Jabri, I'll let you go.
Oh,
first on that one.
okay. I believe we have that that natural progression of male leadership, correct?
Yes.
Don't we? And I believe in the natural progression of male leadership. Wasn't it like the first thing was be a professional yourself?
Yes.
And I think you're on the right path if you're focusing on being professional yourself, because realistically, when you get around them, sometimes they might mess up. You might have to go through a bunch in order to figure out what's going on. You're going to go through a bunch of trials and tribulations. You might mess up here and there, but realistically, get that bread first, man. It comes first before everything. And you're doing the right thing in terms of saying like you're putting them on the back burner while trying to focus on the things that really matter. Your priorities are right in my eye. You sound like everything's right to me, because realistically, some of them ain't shit.
Oh God.
And I'm not saying, but I mean, get your shit together and then look for the one that is shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. What do you think, Kat?
I say that, yeah, you're on the right path. I definitely, what I like realized and like learned is that in a relationship, you have to be whole, like 100% yourself, and you have to look for a partner who's 100% themselves. Like you can't have like a person that's like half of themselves. You want to completely evolve yourself, go through life, figure out your own things, your likes, what you stand for, like what you will like let slide through, like really figure out who you are. And I think the right person is gonna kind of come in and you're gonna be like, okay, this is the person I see myself, because a lot of our morals and our core values are aligning. So I think right now, like, yeah, focus on your education, on working on like establishing who you are as a person and financially. Like I think those are all important things, but also just enjoy life. I think also don't be afraid to close yourself off. If you feel a vibe from someone, cool. But if don't waste your time if they're not worthy of it.
So, number one, I think that a lot of times in this culture, we say, get your education and get your money and then deal with relationships later. And that's not entirely correct. As a complete human being, it requires that you have romance. It requires that you engage in love. It requires that you experience heartbreak so that you know how to properly operate within a relationship. And you're going to need practice at that. You don't want age 30 to be like the first time you're engaging in a serious relationship. You're not going to be good at it. You're going to need some practice. So that's number one. And then the first thing with being a young man in college, don't miss out on that experience. And one thing I can proudly say is, like, even though I never drank any alcohol in university, I experienced the best of it in terms of what it's worth, like friendships, fun, networking. I know you like networking. Meeting people from different backgrounds, different income strata, people who have different areas of study, different interests. And that's what college is really about. Getting good grades is necessary, but that's actually not what college is about. College is not about completing courses and getting a GPA. And when I founded my first tech company, one of my first investors to hand me over some money was a kid I went to college with. He joined a fraternity that I founded. And it was because we had that bond of trust and relationship. And that's what you get out of college, and enjoyment. So you would be unwise and you'd really feel like you missed out on something major if you went through, you're like, I'm not going to go to any of these parties. I'm not talking to any of these hoes. Like, you will have missed out on something major. And I say that as the cat who's always sober in the party. You heard me? Like, party lit. I'm in there sober as hell. And I still went because it's a part of maturation. So that's number one. And then number two, yes, do deal with females, but always stay focused on your priority, which is to say, like, yeah, take shorty out, but let shorty know, like, hey, love, this date is about to start at 8 p.m. and is going to end by 1 a.m. You heard me? So, around, 11 p.m., 12 a.m., like, that's when you start winding down. Like, if she want to get smashed, she going to have to get smashed and then dash by 1 a.m. Like, you're going to be the only guy she meets who lets her know when the date is starting and ending. Because most guys, they tell you when it starts, they don't tell you when it ends. So there's a different way that you're going to operate throughout life, which is to set your priority. And if you always keep your priority as business, you're going to be successful. And that doesn't mean you don't value women or relationships. That means that you value the big picture, because a real woman is going to appreciate that you have your ducks in a row. And one thing I can assure you is, with your mindset and your work ethic and your humility, you're going to be farther ahead than most guys. And that's going to be extremely attractive to women. You dig? I got cats who are older than me telling me that they want to grow up and be like me. I'm like, you're older than me. What the hell you mean grow up and be like me? So the point is, I think that you'll do things right, but don't pass up on love. Love is important. That's a part of being human. Don't pass up on engaging physically with females. That's necessary. But make sure that you wear protection. You know, I'm not going to tell you. No, really, right? Like, I don't want to tell him something that's unrealistic. Like,
and
you
it's
should
not
be
even
abstinent.
about pregnancies, but it's also like STIs. Like, there's other
for
shit
sure.
that's,
Absolutely. All day. You know, these chicks is out here.
For the rest of your life.
Yeah, these chicks is nasty out here. Anyways, you got anything else for us, Saint?
Nah, man, that's it, man. I just appreciate you, man. I'm gonna head out.
You are very welcome. Thank you. Peace to the Saints. Sure, why not? As we wind down. Good to see you.
Good to see you too, Marquett. How you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
Not bad. I hear some. I think the broadcast in the background a little delayed. So
okay. Yeah, make sure you mute it. We got just a little bit of time as we're winding down, but hit us with your question. We'll make sure we can get you some quick answers from the ladies as well.
All right. So first of all, I want to see how everyone's doing. It's been a cool day.
How you doing? Been good.
All right. So the hot topic for me right now is, of course, the shooting in Texas with at the school. And sorry, I got two. I don't know how to mute it.
Go ahead.
But,
give it to us quickly.
All right. So the major 2 points seem to be that it's the guns problem, or it's guns killing people, or it's like the people killing people. And I'm just curious what their opinions are on the matter.
Okay, cool.
I'd like to share.
Yes. So we did promise the ladies we wouldn't get into politics. So we're going to give everyone a quick 5-second answer, and then we're going to have to go through and wind down a little bit over time.
You know my answer on the guns kill people or people kill people. People kill people.
That's my answer as well. People kill people.
Yeah.
And I just want to say, like, condolences to the families who lost their children. I think it's
word.
I think that's the hardest thing. And
right.
I want to cry because I have little sisters, and to think that I could lose them, like, at school, like. So yeah. So I think at the end of the day, what happened was tragic, and it shouldn't have happened.
Agree.
For me, the biggest thing is, like, the argument wants everyone to get rid of their rights to weapons, and then we're supposed to rely on the police, and they're too scared to do their job. Like, why am I paying them? For real.
There was a little bit of a delay on that one. I agree with you there. We actually there was a past live stream we actually did kind of specifically on this topic. So if you haven't checked it out, do check that one out, because it's going to go deep into this one. I know this is a point of fascination for you. We appreciate you calling in and showing some love. It is good to see you again.
Good to see you, Marquett and Jabrizi and the whole cast.
Absolutely.
Peace out. Peace to the Saints.
Peace to the Saints.
Okay.
All right.
I thought we were.
Damn, y'all just keep coming in here, huh?
Give this one last one. He just showed up in the neon.
All right. Hey, look, after this, no more, man. After this, no more. We got to go.
Peace to the
You
Saints.
guys hear me? Peace to the Saints. You guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Lovely, lovely. Nice to meet you guys, Mr. Marquett and Jabrizi, beautiful people. I do want to say thank you for making this ass and everything else like that. I would call about myself, but I'm not. I mentioned all those things like that. I want to say thank you. I was just hollering at some females a couple hours ago with a partner. I was a Saint. He just somehow, he got a little sweet Asian thing. I told him, hey, partner, that was you. He went to go handle that, and they had a little sweet thing. But he came from the boxing gym earlier, and he went ahead and he couldn't do, how would I say? He couldn't get physical. He was afraid that he's going to smell too much testosterone. So you want to put down the female. So one thing I want to ask you is, Do you think he should have got physical? What do you think he should have done? How should he play it forward?
What do you think, Diana?
Wait, can I ask the question?
Yeah.
Are you basically asking, should homeboy should have smashed old chick with that coming back from the gym smell and griminess?
Nah, I would have not told him to even smash. No, but at least, like, in a sense, less an oppression, more so on her, is not show that, you know, it wasn't something that was just talk, it was something slight, to not give it a impression that he wasn't really fucking with her, to show that he really was fucking with her, just that right now wasn't in the exact state of mind to go ahead and beat you down. I don't have to, but I just want to keep you around. It's so hard to explain what I'm exactly trying to say, but
yeah, I hear you. So I think that if you feel like it's going to be a green light and she's going to let you beat it down, you might as well go ahead, take her down like a hitman, because often, you know, sometimes if they give you that opportunity and you don't take it, that opportunity might not ever come back, number one. And then number two, when she gives you that opportunity, well, you got to go ahead and seize the moment. I mean, why wouldn't you? There have been some times I've not smashed and I'm not.
Boy, what's up? Oh man, what's that look on your face for? What happened? Who hurt you, Mark? Who hurt you?
There have been some times.
He's been hurt.
We're gonna have to talk about that on an exclusive. I can't go into these details right now.
No.
But let me tell you this. In life in general, you have to live in the present and not anticipate tomorrow. Tomorrow does not exist, and for some of us, it might not exist. Just like Catherine was sharing, you know, children had their last day at school. Like, I'm sure none of them thought that was going to happen, and they were very young. And you're older than that, and your friend's older than that, which is to say that I'm not encouraging you to live in a hedonistic way, but I am suggesting that you value all of your opportunities and you seize them, because they might not always be there.
YOLO.
I would not say YOLO, but I think you get the point. She needs a YOLO tattoo. I feel like she's like the YOLO mascot. And that's exactly why we be scared of you, Diana, because we know she be like, YOLO. You see Diana in the party, like, Diana, what's going on? She got a bottle. YOLO. Like, she doing it all. Go ahead, throw Ivan in there that we done out here. Dimitri, I appreciate the question. Saying it's good to see you again, and I'm looking forward to he creating a pimp robe. Like the Hugh Hefner joint.
Oh, okay.
I got me one. Indeed.
So, thank you again. I appreciate it. You guys have a wonderful and enjoy your night. Thank you.
Likewise.
You too, man. Peace to the Saints.
Yes, and then he'd be the last one. We have to make a special accommodation for a P.
Yeah.
That boy got that chain on, man. That boy glistening.
For some reason the volume real low. Let me put my headphones in and see if that works.
Okay.
I
gonna let him get that together.
Yeah, all right, yeah, I hear you now.
Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah, peace to the Saints.
Peace to the Saints.
I'm gonna try to make this real quick. I know I'm trying to run down. So, you know, I ain't been with Assassin, you know, forever. It ain't been around always. So, how do you deal with your family members bringing up, like negative aspects of your past? Like, for example, I don't drink anymore, but whenever there's a function, the alcohol coming out and they'll offer it to me and I'll be like, I don't drink anymore. And then they'll say something like, oh, so now you don't drink. Or when they see me going to the gym every day, they'll be like, oh, so now you want to work out all the time. Something like things like that. Like, so how do you think I should address things like that? Because it's kind of irritating.
Man, hey, you want my advice, man? I tell them to eat a dick. I ain't gonna lie. I'm kind of a savage in my household. Like, my family know I be saying reckless stuff. Like, when I'm on a good path, I know I'm on a good path. I'm savage with everybody. Everybody. I am ruthless for good. So that's how I feel.
I feel you on that one. Ladies, do you have anything you want to say on that one?
I would say, yeah, just kind of stick it to them. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, it's your life. You take in charge of what you want. Like, you're making choices for yourself to improve your life. So who cares what they say? Who cares if they like nag you to like take a shot, whatever. I'm like, you just have to stay like really strong and just remember what you're doing it for. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you got to be your own like number one fan if they're not going to be, you know what I mean? And just like, if you know that you're in a good place and you're on a good path and they still want to make you or belittle you or make you feel like you're not doing that, then like you just need to show that to them, you know, in any way you can. He's gone.
Yeah, I think maybe his internet probably dropped out. At the end of the day, people who are above average, that means you're doing things that are different than the average person. So generally they won't understand you, especially if you're operating at a genius level, right?
Mm-hmm.
They really don't understand you. And so you just have to know that the goals you've set and the way that you're pursuing your goals is correct and carry on. But the most important thing I would say is that, now granted, your family, like in some level, you can't really change who these people are. No. But you should be selective about the people you spend time around. Mm-hmm. If you're around people and you're doing good behaviors and they're condemning positive behaviors, that speaks very poorly of them. Mm-hmm. So I would definitely try to limit my time around those folks. And I wouldn't try to explain either, because some people aren't going to understand. Like, everyone knows the positive reasons for not drinking. You don't have to explain that. So if they're acting like they don't get it, then that's on them.
But, and that's why I told my the great thing with family, you can tell them that you could say eat a dick, and they still gonna be your family like the next time, the next function. Like,
my family's different. My family's different.
Look, we be going through all types of heated exchanges, me and my family, but it always stay close though, no matter what. He said his family different. I guess, hey, whatever your family is.
If I could tell them that, but Saints, yeah, absolutely. And I encourage you all to continue with positive behaviors like that. That's a beautiful thing. Exercising every day and not engaging in intoxicants. That's definitely something that we promote. And you said your family Mexican, so I know they really be drinking. They be drinking. So yes, in certain situations, you're gonna receive some feedback from your family. Because I know if you go to a Mexican party and you ain't drinking,
there ain't a party to you.
But anyways, Armel writes, "Peace to the Saints. Caught it late, but here's tuition. Thanks for the game."
Peace to the Saints.
Okay.
All right.
Shall we wind down with I guess we got two quick things we do. We got do they want to ask us a question?
Mm-hmm.
And then
ladies, this is the point where you get to ask me and Marquett a question. So what question would you want to ask me and Marquett?
When was the last time you were in a relationship?
Jabrizi,
what's up?
You know what they say?
What is it?
What happens in Vegas stays on Saint City Podcast. Peace out.